Way! Way! Come on, StreamYards. Are we live? Come on. Come on. StreamYards. Good evening, chats. Yeah, we're live. We are live. Hello, viewer. Today it is Saturday, February the 3rd, 2024. I am Mr. Brune, and I trust you are all doing very well today. It says here on this evening's live stream, we are discussing the goings on last week in the entertainment and on the social media. Well, that's tomorrow, but I think you know what we're talking about tonight. It says there also, it was a week where some things happened in Hollywood, always do, and even more bad stuff happened in real life, especially in London, folks. Naughty, naughty. So, if you've not shut down for the evening, as I always say, lots to get through. Shall we get the guests out? You know it. Let's do it. Okay, first up, he's got the wettest pockets on YouTube and also has got the best avatar on YouTube. It's amazing. Smylexx.
Way, seconds out, round one. Here we go. Hi there.
Smylexx. Hello.
How's it going? How
Not
are
bad.
you? Good,
What a
good.
fantastic avatar.
Thank you. Yes, it's freshly laundered.
Look at that, folks. That's amazing.
Who wants some? Come get some.
You want some too? Great to have you on, mate. Are you
Thank
well,
you, man.
yes?
I'm very well. Very well.
Should
Looking
we
forward
get
to
the next
this.
peep out?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. All the way from the land of Texas Landshire, she is the queen of this channel. It is, well, you know it is. It is Reni L.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Don't lie, Brown. When you said who wants some, you wanted to say
you want
me.
some too?
Yeah, I'll take him on. Bring it on, son. No, I'm just kidding.
Hello, Reni.
Yeah, hey. So
I wasn't
how are you
asking if
guys?
you're good or not. I haven't got to that. Are you good?
I'm good. Sorry, I'm a little brain dead, you guys. I've been working on this like long ass project at work for the last 2 weeks and was doing some extra stuff today. So my company's expanding and like literally it's one of those things where every single corporate manager is working this weekend. So, but I had to take a break for some Carl Weathers love, you know? So I hope everyone is doing well.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, it is good for me.
Great to have you on. Shall we get the next peep out?
Do it.
Okay. The backbone. Well, the second back. There's two backbones of this channel.
You got two bones?
Yeah, there is another backbone, but we never see him anymore, and he's breaking my heart because we never see him
miss our
anymore.
Linda.
Oh, listen. Here he is, folks. It is Professor Artoo.
Well, hello there.
Hello there. How are you?
I'm doing well today. I mean,
I don't
as well as can
Are
be
you sure?
I don't
Well as could be
appreciate you starting without the beep. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Swear.
What the am I doing? Okay. All right. Back on track now.
Are you well, Prof?
Doing well enough. Wife is on a trip, so
nice.
Doing the single dad thing right now.
Brilliant.
Which sometimes is fun and sometimes not so much. Any parent can tell you it is nice to have backup.
And you're looking after the kids by spending
time
with us.
Yeah. Well, you know, they're old enough now that I can thankfully take a bit of a time away to let them just do their own. They're upstairs watching cartoons or something.
It's great to have you on, my friend. Shall we get the next peep out?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next up, all the way from Mongo City. All hail, Emperor Goodwin.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
Oh, that's going to make me sad.
It's true. And I can't believe Mr. T disrespected him in the third one. It was so bad. Oh yeah. Remember when Carl Weathers goes up to shake his hand. Is get out my face. You don't want no has-been in my corner.
He does do that. That was awful.
Yes.
I'm still reeling with anger about that.
Yes.
Was that number? Which one was that? 2
Three.
or 3?
Yeah.
3.
Just the
Yep, Rocky
disrespect.
3.
Yes.
How can you not remember Mr. T being in Rocky 3?
Clubber
man?
Lang.
Yes.
That's
Clubber
right.
Lang.
And
Even though
Hulk
I've
Hogan
never
was in
seen
it too.
Rocky 3.
Yes, it's Thunderlips in the flesh, baby.
Yeah.
The
Big
ultimate
Hogan.
male versus the ultimate meatball.
I'm the worst presenter in the world. And you'll find out why later. It's great to have you on, Emp.
Bring out the next guest, please.
Bring out your dad. Bring out your dad. And last, but by no means least, he is the wise elder of the channel. You know the rest. He's just been fed as well, everybody. He's the great mega geek himself, Ian KFC Diaz.
And it was lovely too. Lovely KFC. Dripping with oil and shit, which is
finger looking
not
good.
good for you. Yeah, well, didn't lick my fingers.
I can't.
Was
it's
it shit
not.
though? Look, they're all coming in. Look, they're all coming
It
in.
is. It was shite, mate. It really was. But yeah,
Look, they're all coming in. Look, every time.
I'm flattered. I
You
just-
have your own fan base on the Brown
Yeah.
channel.
Your reputation. I said representation. Representation.
Oh, I do like Artoo's avatar. That's quite
Hey.
fun.
Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on. I'm boomering.
Oh,
Sorry,
that's cute.
folks. Here we go. Look at that.
Someone's
Got
been
2
working
tickets
out.
to the gun show.
I think someone's
Woohoo.
skipping on leg day, though, aren't they?
Why has everybody got a better avatar than me? I'm so jealous.
I'm ready to give Carl Weathers a big old just welcome.
Knuckle sandwich?
Yeah, no.
Do you know, Mr. T never said I pity the fool in the A Team. Ever.
No.
Shut
Ever.
me, crazy fool.
He said it in Rocky, and
Yeah.
everybody gets confused. They think it
What?
was
That's
in the
true.
A Team,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
not.
it's
It
in
was
Rocky 3.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yep.
What?
I pity the fool.
Yep. No, I don't hate him, but I pity the fool.
Yeah. What's your prediction for the fight?
Prediction?
Pain.
Yes,
Yeah.
prediction.
Pain. Brilliant.
It's great to have you on, Ian.
Mm.
Off. What are you drinking tonight, mate?
Bailey's, mate, with ice.
Nice.
Absolutely fantastic. Yeah.
Here you go. Sword in the storm. I will say sword. Cheer up, mates. Cheer up.
Ain't getting no plane.
Ain't getting no plane.
Yeah.
Let's get him his
Ain't
milk.
getting no plane.
It was when we were talking about Carl Weathers, not
There you go.
Mr. T.
What you
I
talking
was
about,
going to say,
Willis?
hold on just a second.
What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, that was definitely one of
yeah.
his catchphrases.
Yeah.
Classic.
That's scary.
Classic.
I want
Gary
Mr.
Coleman,
T
right?
as Gary Coleman in different
That was
strokes.
Coleman, yeah.
Oh my God, don't even with that.
Oh, hell yes. Bring that on.
Okay, then, folks. So it's great to have you on panel. It's representation done magnificently.
Living in America.
Yeah.
I live in America.
That's
Oh,
connected
yeah.
to
Yeah.
that's connected to Clubber.
Spit
No,
it
not
out
Clubber.
loud.
What am I talking about? The other
This is
fella.
diversity done.
Apollo
All right.
Creed.
Diversity
Dude, James
done.
Brown was
no
was
relation.
awesome. That he
Well-
was a legend as well.
Smylexx and I have a different experience with James Brown from B-sides.
Ah.
Yes, sadly, we've
We
seen
have
him at his best and his worst.
The heavily narcotized and alcohol-induced James Brown clips that we use.
Yeah.
But
I feel
he,
good.
he, what you call it? He was the highlight of the Blues Brothers, man. Do you see
Yes.
the
Oh,
light?
yeah.
Brilliant.
Yes, he was,
Absolutely
and he
brilliant.
was a very talented man.
Yeah.
Well,
very,
that
very talented man.
the Blues Brothers just has a ton of talent all through that. You know,
Yeah.
you've got Aretha Franklin, you've got John Lee Hooker.
Yeah.
Carrie.
You know,
Carrie
Carrie Fisher,
Fisher.
but just you know, Cab Calloway. This
Cab
just
Calloway.
yeah,
brilliant.
tons
Yeah.
and tons. Ray Charles,
John Landis.
Yep. John Landis when he was good.
John
Steven
Bullen.
Spielberg.
It was John
Belushi,
Belushi.
you got it right.
John Belushi.
Dan
Dan
Aykroyd.
Aykroyd.
Yep.
And Aykroyd. Yep.
Yeah,
Illinois Nazis.
I hate Illinois Nazis.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
you-
Henry
what-
Gibson is great as the leader of the Illinois Nazis.
Well, who's the guy who played?
Oh.
He was in the X-Files. He was one of the cops as well. The black guy.
David Duchovny?
No, the black guy. He was in the X Files. He played. He played. Is it X? Is it or something like that? He was the cop that was with the other guy, wasn't he? So there was a lot of stars in that film. A lot of stars.
Oh,
John
yeah.
Candy as well.
Yeah.
He was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Fantastic
it's worth
film.
a rewatch.
But we're not
old is that
talking
film
about the
now?
Blues Brothers so much, right?
No, tonight we are not on a mission
1980.
from God.
It's Tell him you failed. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong movie. Anyways.
We've got a super chat, folks.
Let me.
Oh,
Go on then.
yeah. Smylexx definitely wants to say this name.
I've been waiting. This is like a dream come true for me.
Graham will bring it up.
I will say The Wanderer returns, folks. The Wanderer returns. Smylexx, are you available to?
I am.
say
Incredibly,
super
I
chat,
am.
please?
I'm right here. Here we go. Nicky Relihan, for 20 of your a pro boxer passed away. 2 actors who portrayed boxers died, and a pro boxer shut the bed. 2 weeks in the biggest heavyweight fight in 20 plus years. Fucking dog shit.
Oh dear.
Well done.
Emperor Kipling had walked in then. Jesus.
It was.
I'm glad I got that out of my system.
I will say cheers, Nicky. Very generous, my friend, and genuinely great to see you back in the chat, my friend. We've not seen you for a while. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he has been missed.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
His,
Italian stallion.
What
His
would you
one-liners
like
were
to do
great.
then, folks? Do you want to just free riff it for a bit, or do the
Free ball it.
yeah
Well, we can talk about
bollocks?
Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers, because I don't know if anyone saw Action Jackson, because
I
that was
did.
probably the
Yes.
film
I
that
have
was.
some. I have a small presentation for the.
Yeah, he's good.
Do you want to do it now and then?
Yeah,
What do you
let's
want
do
to
it
do?
now.
What do you want to do?
Hope you got some shots of some good
Approve,
movies. He's
Lee.
been in quite a few.
Force
Yeah.
10 from Navarone.
Yeah.
Dylan. Yeah, he was Dylan.
You son of a bitch.
Happy
mainly-
Gilmore.
Yes,
Yeah.
he
I love
was.
him in
It's just
Happy
mainly.
Gilmore.
I did the slides yesterday, so it's just mainly some of the Twitter tributes and a couple of little stills.
What's the line
so-
that Arnie says to him about pushing pencils?
The CIA got you pushing too many pencils.
Pencils.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, then, folks. Let's get some stills up then. I do believe.
Let's do it.
TBA 34, folks. Number 34.
Totally about Apollo. That's what it means.
Please like and share and subscribe if you can. Thank you.
If you can, leave a comment at the end as well. Does help, folks.
You heard him. Leave a
Please do
comment.
Please, please.
So we
be
don't
the
have
algor-
to hear him asking every
It's
time.
the algorithm, folks.
All hail the algorithm.
The mighty
my.
algorithm. Oh
How
my.
dare you?
How dare you? Okay. So this was news yesterday, wasn't it, folks?
Oh, it's
Oh
not good.
man.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
just getting into the pub and I got this
bad.
news.
Yeah.
Carl Weathers, known best for his roles in Rocky, Happy Gilmore, Predator, Star Wars, and more, has sadly passed away at the age of 76.
And he was
Rest in
just making a
peace.
comeback as well, just like
Yeah, that's true.
in the views of the normies. He was just making it because of the Star Wars thing, and yeah, it's a shame he died. Real
He
shame.
looked pretty
Having-
good for being
Having a
70 something,
resurgence.
right?
Yeah, he did look really good. I'm not sure.
Hell of a lot
Yeah.
better than Billy D. Williams.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Forgive me, the old fella came.
Right.
That's all right. Well,
Wait, he
that'll
came?
happen sometimes. Yeah.
That's real life, folks. Getting in the way. Real life.
Carl Weathers was in Close Encounters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
An
He
extra
was
in
one
that.
of the MPs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Not an extra, but yeah, MP.
In fact, they cut him out of the theatrical version, and he still got a credit at the end.
Really?
In the
Yeah.
end credits, yeah.
I caught it when we did the Close Encounter stream and I rewatched it. I watched the
Yeah.
extended version or the director's cut or whatever, and I was like, oh, that's Apollo
Yeah.
Creed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
He had done a handful of television shows and small bits here and there in the 1970s was really at his start, and then really took off after playing Apollo in Rocky in '76, and he had
Yeah.
He does
a
sort
bunch
of
of things.
he does
yeah.
sort of dip in and out of doing he never really sails the crest of doing movies forever, does he? He kind of makes like a big splash and makes a few movies, and then he goes back to TV for a while, and then he kind of comes back.
But this is
I don't think he ever had that career that really launched him.
But this is the thing, you see. You don't realize how big Action Jackson was when it came out. It was huge.
Yeah.
Yet they didn't make a sequel.
Yeah, it was a real bomb too. It didn't make the money that they were expecting.
That's the thing.
Boy, they really set it up and thought, Carl
but
Weathers
when
would
it
be the new guy.
Yeah.
When it went to DVD, it just literally made a crap load of money.
VHS.
But the thing is, at the theaters, it didn't
Was
make
it
what they
VHS?
expected, so
No,
they
no.
didn't.
Yeah, but nor did some other films, but they made it big on DVD, and then they were given a sequel, weren't they?
Yeah,
this
but
one
with
wasn't.
Carl Weathers, I
Yeah.
think they were just like, this is too big of a risk. Even though he was Apollo Creed, he was super famous from Rocky. I just think they were afraid to take the risk, which is sad because he was a great actor. I loved him and everything.
Yeah,
He had
I
a,
mean,
he had a great
very risk adverse,
charisma.
aren't they? They're very risk adverse in Hollywood, and it probably just seemed like they weren't quite sure if his name would be enough to sell a film.
Yes,
I would
true, yeah.
Hooligan
That's
S3,
what I'm
loved
thinking as well.
Action, quite difficult to say. Action Jackson, still
Yeah.
a good flick.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a
remember
great
that.
flick.
It's fun.
Yep.
It was
That
really
line from
funny.
that line from the film when he had the flamethrower and he goes, "How do you like your ribs?" and he burns that guy.
Yeah.
There is a drinking game, by the way, folks.
Really?
Have a drinking game.
Not Brian. Take a shot every time Mega says Action Jackson.
Action
Go on,
Jackson. Action Jackson. Action Jackson. Jackson.
Jackson checks off.
Jackson.
Yeah, he did tend to dip in and out. He didn't have that one like huge point where he started making tons of big movies, but I think he tended to be a pretty down to earth kind of guy. He didn't live a big, crazy Hollywood life. So he could make a couple of movies and then he could go, live. And
Is this the point where it's appropriate for me to name drop? Sorry, again, I hate.
I was gonna call on you to make sure you told us your story.
Yeah, that story from last night. It was like absolutely that has to come up.
I've been going to conventions for 25 years, so this isn't like I'm mingling with the stars every weekend, but I do over the going to a convention every year for the last 25. You meet an awful lot of people, and one of them was Carl Weathers, and when I met him, he was incredibly on. He was very entertaining. He was ready to just jump out from behind the desk instead of signing and just not looking at people. He leapt straight out from behind the desk and started chatting to people in the line. When I came up to him, I did the whole arm wrestling thing from Predator. I went straight for the arm wrestle, and he went and I've got a picture somewhere. I'll find it. I'll try and dig it out of me taking him down and him looking terrified. But of course, he kicked my ass in about 3 seconds. I asked him where his wooden hand was from Happy Gilmore. He told me he had it pride of place in his house above the fireplace, so he could look at it every day. He was quite proud of it. But he just seemed, like you say, he was just very down to earth. He seemed like a guy that was still humble, still very happy of being in that business, and clearly felt of himself as being in a privileged position, and didn't forget it. So I have nothing but good vibes from that guy.
Here you go, folks. Congo Kids Club. He was close friends with Gina Carano. Yes, she posted a mightily long tweet yesterday about it.
Yeah, I've heard
she was cut up because.
I've heard nothing but just glowing things about what a generous and humble person he was, and how he was so grateful for everything he had in all his career and all the appearances he's been to, and the fans. He loved his fans. So it just one of the good ones, one of the good ones.
The story is Jon Favreau kind of, I'm sure that he asked Carl to kind of look after Gina because they come from like the sporting background.
Yeah, makes sense.
And he became a bit of a mentor for Gina.
That's really interesting because he when he was working on Rocky on the DVD, I remember there was an interview and he was talking about how he had to share, because they had no budget. He was sharing a trailer or a dressing room with Burgess Meredith.
Yeah.
And he said it was an acting masterclass. He just basically sat there and just watched this guy and absorbed everything he did because he was just a brilliant mentor to him.
Aw.
And it seems to me like he was paying it forward a little bit there with Gina, because if you look at his bio on IMDb, it turns out he was doing an awful lot of this kind of mentoring for other athletes. He was part of the Big Brother experience in the States, that program where you're looking after people who are less privileged and stuff. So he just seems to have that mentor ability to him, I think. Again, just another great part of his life.
When all the Disnoid shit was kicking off with Gina Carano, he was the only one who stuck up for Gina.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they're still working on the Star Wars thing. He had a big falling out with Sylvester Stallone, though, at one point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wasn't he upset that he wasn't in the Creed movies or something?
Yes,
Or yeah,
he was, but they made up.
but he was dead. His character was
Dead.
dead.
His character's dead.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Ghost,
Yeah.
maybe.
I think Carl still thought no, I can because what the blow up was that Sylvester Stallone went to Mr. T and Dolph Lundgren and asked to use their footage from the prior movies.
Yeah.
And Carl Weathers said, "No, I want to be in it." I guess replaying himself because he thought he was still, young enough to do that. I think that was a bit optimistic on his part, but okay.
But they would have had to
Maybe-
CG him
maybe-
like hella young. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it
yeah,
would have been
right.
Weird.
Yeah.
He would have looked plastic.
I don't know, man. Carl might have just looked in the mirror and go, "Yeah, I'm still him. I'm still him." And good on you, brother. If you can look in the mirror and go, "Yeah, I'm
He
still,
looked pretty good for his age, didn't he? He did look pretty good. Even in
He
The
did.
Mandalorian, he still looked pretty damn good.
Yeah, that's true.
Anybody see the Stallone re-edit of Rocky IV?
I have, yeah.
Yes. Remember
I
we
have.
did it
there
on
was
this
more
channel.
Apollo, wasn't there? Yeah. There's more
Yeah.
Apollo.
Yeah. There's
I
some
think it
really
was
nice
called
scenes.
Rocky versus Drago.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
really
that's right.
some
Yeah.
really nice
It's
scenes
somewhere on
between
the
him
channel,
and his wife, Rocky and his wife. There were some really nice scenes they put back in. That was
I
quite
thought
nice.
it was an interesting experiment. I don't think it's as much fun as the original cut, though.
I don't know. I thought it was.
It's
I thought
different.
it was
I like
enjoyable.
both.
I like both.
both.
But if I was going to watch one, I would probably choose the theatrical cut. It moves a little bit faster.
Well, happy birthday,
well,
Polly.
I don't actually mind the robot. I don't actually mind the robot.
Plus, okay, so the robot scenes were iconic as well as the montage. So the recap was missing those two things. And I think that's what I did not like about it. But other than that, it was
True.
pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't like that they didn't have the Rocky theme in it. They had
Yeah.
some kind of crappy theme when he was training and stuff, and obviously didn't have the rights, or the composer couldn't do that.
Correct.
That particular film. So
Gonna need a montage.
But I didn't like that they cut that out of the Rocky versus
Yeah.
Drago version. So
yeah. But the thing is, though,
I love that
it's such a
soundtrack.
simple that
Love
film was
Rocky
such a
IV.
simple script, wasn't it? Apollo goes in, he gets killed, Rocky goes in and beats up Drago. That's it, really. And it was such a short film, 80 something minutes long.
Beautiful
It's effectively
movie.
MTV, isn't it?
Yeah.
MTV meets Rocky. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's hugely entertaining. I think there was a stream I was listening to a couple of weeks ago about. There's a stream with
Behave.
Cobra.
Brian strikes again, man. So great.
Stream of what? Sorry, carry on.
Cobra. They were talking about Cobra, and they were
The
talking
beer?
about the fact- no, sadly
the
not.
Sylvester Stallone movie.
Yeah, the vanity pick for Sly.
That is a guilty pleasure of mine.
Yeah,
I
me too.
like that
Me
movie.
too. But they both have that same feel. They have that Rocky IV and Cobra were massive on VHS. Absolutely enormous on VHS.
Mhm.
Well, he made Cobra because he got kicked. He got his script got taken away because he rewrote Beverly Hills Cop, didn't he? And they didn't like it, so he just took that script and made Cobra, didn't he? Or was it
Yeah, what
did he
another
do?
film? I can't remember.
It's a recycled Dirty Harry script apparently.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I'll put this on screen. I won't read it. Brian, over to you, mate.
yeah. You can explain.
And sort it out for us, mate.
Is he? He's a Tom Prophet, man.
So Tom Prophet is a guy that's on YouTube that knows nothing about modern events and
No,
stuff
let's
on the
keep
internet,
let's
but
keep it
also
professional. Blah, 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 blah.
well, but
He's a
so
regular. No. Okay. Here you go.
Regular in here, doesn't he?
Moto. Sorry, I'm talking over everybody. Moto Chrysippus. Hold up, Mega Geek. Rocky just didn't beat Drago. He defeated the Soviet Union.
That's true. Him
well,
and Hasselhoff.
True.
Well,
The-
I think
Well, he won
he
over the Soviet Union.
he
version.
hit Drago so hard it
Oh, very
knocked
good.
down the wall.
Yeah, but the thing is,
in
though,
Berlin.
in the new version, he didn't. Basically, what is it? Was it the prime minister or the president of that? He got up and left in disgust, didn't he? Because in the other version, he was cheering
Yeah.
for Rocky, wasn't he? So
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Depends
think
what
their
version you
version of Gorbachev. Yeah.
I think I might need to rewatch that.
and my God, that speech at the end. Oh Lord,
Terrible, isn't it?
that
You can
is
change,
so
then you
bad.
can
I can change. You can change. Everybody can change. Shut up. Shut up.
I've got to say, I remember watching that in the cinema.
Yeah, I went to see it in the cinema. Brilliant.
And I don't know about you, Brown, but for a UK audience, being animated isn't really one of our things. We're kind of a little bit more reserved. But honestly, when I saw Rocky IV, that was everyone was sort of leaping up. You know, people were cheering as if they're watching a live boxing match.
It was iconic for the time because of the Cold War.
Yeah.
Didn't like it. I liked Rocky 3 better than Rocky 4.
Rocky 3 is so much better. Yeah,
Rocky
so
3
much better.
is my favorite of the films.
It is.
I love how
Rocky 3.
Carl Weathers was introduced in Rocky 3 as well, and then became his mentor, which really made sense. And the both characters were pit up against each other until they actually synced, and suddenly they realized that they can beat Clubber Lang. So it's a terrific movie. And also he had a really good part in that film, Carl Weathers.
Oh yeah.
I think Rocky 3 was probably
he had more
one
of
of
a
the
part
best.
in Rocky 4 as well on the
yeah, but he was just in the original version, he was in it for a little bit, then he gets killed.
Do this.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then in the third one, at least he was like 75% in that movie. He even had some great lines as well. Remember when Rocky says to him, "I thought you said be cool," and he goes, "That was cool." You know what I mean? So he had some really good lines.
Yeah.
in that
I like
film.
the Eye of the Tiger lines and stuff.
Yeah,
See,
exactly,
see that,
yeah.
man?
Yeah,
Eye of the Tiger.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Congo Kids Club. Apparently, James Brown got him killed. No relation, by the way.
Oh,
There is no tomorrow. There is
there
no
is
tomorrow.
no tomorrow.
Yeah, good
When
line.
the Drago cut was Stallone's
Yes.
COVID project.
Yes, it was.
wasn't
That's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
And was it just shown for one night only in the UK? I'm sure it was.
Oh, did it get a theatrical release? I can't even remember.
Yeah, I went to see it at Cineworld,
Wow.
and considering I think there was only one screening of it during the week, it was packed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are a lot of people who absolutely love these films, and still to this day will still love these films. Some of my best mates absolutely adore Rocky, and they'll bring it up at any opportunity.
But there's something about Rocky, at the ending, beating the crap out of the guy that's up against him. Do you know what I mean? Even like Rocky 5, and a lot of people hate Rocky 5. I love the fight at the ending in the street with Rocky 5.
But it's just so
really
bad,
good.
man. That
I loved
Tommy
it. I
character
loved it.
sucked. I really hated
I loved
him.
it,
He's such
man.
a dick.
I don't care what anyone says. That fight at the
Rocky's-
ending was great.
Ian loved everybody. Everybody's wrong. Deal with it.
No, I'm just
Um,
saying.
Well,
Silly-
also
silly one.
that makes the mistake of having like an actual boxer in
Yeah.
the movie who
That's
can't
true.
act well at all.
That's true. And I think his acting was so bad that he didn't sell it. He just came off as an angry little shithead.
True.
And I didn't really care for it. I didn't like the Burgess Meredith scenes in Rocky
No, I didn't
5. They
either.
were very unbelievable because he was
son of a bitch.
quote unquote dead, but then he was in these scenes looking even older than
He
Rocky
looked
3,
so
right?
old. He was sort of
Yeah.
shaking, wasn't he? He was basically
was
shaking.
bad.
He was very old.
And that was the line that got him to get up. Remember, he goes, "Get up, you son of a bitch," because Mickey loves you.
See, that's all Carl Weathers needed for the Creed movies. He could just
Yeah,
been the
totally.
ghost that showed up and get up. Or
Get
something.
up.
Smylexx, are you available to read a super chat, please?
Absolutely. You go for it. Okay. It's hard on the throat, this,
That's what she said.
He does complain about it, doesn't he? Nicky Renahan for 5 of your Earth pounds. As a boxing fan, the Rocky movies are bad boxing movies. Sorry.
What?
Very good.
Uh,
All right.
Well, Okay,
Okay,
so
then, Reni?
as a fellow boxing fan, I would agree that for the most part, one or both would be knocked out by the third round if they came out and just, given their size and the way that they're throwing haymakers at each other and landing, with a little defense. Concussions were going to be had by the end of the first round, and it was just going to keep going. Now, saying that, if you've ever watched the Rumble in the Jungle, then you've seen elite heavyweights literally swinging on each other like that for round after round, and that it takes a good long time if you've got a decent defense to exhaust somebody or to finally tear down their defenses enough. And so I think there's an interesting. So Apollo is supposed to be the Ali, the speed and quickness and movement, right? Whereas Stallone is supposed to be the slugger, which is not unlike the Ali Frazier fights.
Yeah,
and if you watch those fights, those are some brutal fights to watch. And well, and we were talking last night, Smylexx and I, about old school boxing where it was just after they had moved away from bare knuckles, where you were essentially wearing just leather gloves, right? No real padding or anything like that. And those fights went 15, 20 rounds.
Shit.
And you are wailing on each other, and the amount of endurance and strength that those boxers had to have. We were watching a Little Rascal short, and one of the actors is a former boxer, and he was in Jack Dempsey's first fight and broke 3 of Dempsey's ribs, and Dempsey finished the fight. It was a 15-round fight.
Yeah, but in the first Rocky film, they would have stopped that fight in the third round. They would have.
The cut.
I mean, I don't think.
Yeah, with the cut and everything, wouldn't they?
Yeah, that's true.
But they're not going for super realism. This is effectively.
I know, but the first
Hollywood
one
love
was quite
story with
realistic,
Disney
right?
theme, But
Yeah, it was.
Well,
The first
so
one was
it depends. It depends where the cut is and where the blood is going into. Right. So if it's going directly into the eye, then absolutely they're going to look at it and probably stop it. If it's a cut on the side and it's bleeding down beside the eye but not constantly getting in it, then as long as they can control the bleeding with the pressure and with the stipple, then you can keep fighting.
Got me, Mick. Got me.
Yeah.
Got me, Mick.
Yeah, because you'll get swelling to the point that it'll close your eyes, but if you cut it, it relieves the swelling and you can open it back up.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I liked Rocky 3 because it was so unrealistic, especially the sound effects.
It was a fun movie. It was such a fun movie. You know what I mean?
It's like explosions.
It sounds like a slab of meat falling down some stairs, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It does. It was very good. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
Smylexx, are you available to? You're on Super Chat
Oh
duty
yeah, you
this
gotta
evening.
read that one.
Well, whenever it's Nikki, anyway. Oh no, come and.
Oh wait.
Common peeps.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yes.
I don't know if do I have to do it in the. I don't have to do it for the
You
voice
have
for this
to.
one.
Yes, you do.
Common
He did this for you.
2 pounds. Hey, Smylexx, I have other uses for your throat.
Yeah. Is that what your dad used to say?
That's what your old dad used to say.
My dad used to say.
Oh, back in. Following up, Nikki Lelehan for 5 pounds.
Sounds like him. It's amazing.
Do you need to tag out Smylexx?
In the fights, they are still bad boxing movies.
Can't.
Every time he does the cackle, it cracks me up. I just can't believe it. Every single time, I just can't take his.
How's your throat, by the way?
It's fine. I've got some cough sweets here. It's okay.
I
Without the
asked,
Gollum juice.
Yeah.
I asked the chat's favorite Rocky movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, Smylexx favorite Rocky movie?
I still love the first one. I think it's got the best writing in it. It comes from the heart. I think it's a really good underdog story, and all the performances are like they're in that they're still in the 70s vibe when America's making these brilliant sort of character study movies. So I think everyone in that film feels almost real. That nobody feels like a caricature. They all just feel like real people. So I still love the first one. I know it's not as entertaining as 3 and 4,
Yeah.
but one's just it's from the heart is number 1.
Reni?
Always going to be number 3, Mr. T and Hulk Hogan. Yeah, you can't lose. It was the most fun Rocky movie, even though it was probably the least
Cheers.
realistic. Such a great movie for me. I don't know. Always going to love number 3.
Prof?
Oh, well, I think I'm going to have to go with the first one. I do love an underdog story, and I love the writing in it. It just feels so real. It feels so honest. I like the story. I know they kind of kick up the spectacle as you move up through them. I honestly have probably seen the first one and the second one the most. I've seen the third one a few times. I'm not sure I've ever seen 5. But yeah, the first one, got to be the one that I would pick. I do really enjoy the second one as well, though.
Emperor?
So I'm kind of torn. If you're asking the one that I most rewatch, it would be Rocky 3. If you're talking about the best movie and story, then I have to go Rocky 1, especially because of the ending, where he doesn't win the fight, but he wins his pride, right?
Yeah, respect,
right?
and his
That his goal was to last, right? To see. To show that he is good enough to fight the world champion, not necessarily to win, but to not get knocked out, to take it the distance, right? That I'm good enough to be in this ring with the greatest fighter in the world at that time.
That's that's exactly it. He just nails it. He gets his shot and he just takes it, doesn't he?
And he doesn't even care about the announcement of who wins or who loses, right? He's already turned and is looking for Adrian.
Yeah.
Right. And the announcement is irrelevant to him. Right. And because again, it's about him. He's on the edge of falling into the abyss of just being another bum on the street. Yep. Who's a leg breaker and all that. And he gets this one chance and he grabs a hold of it. And it's just to prove to himself that he could be somebody, right? And he does.
Wow.
And it's kind of the story of Sylvester Stallone right along with it.
Right.
One and the same, kind of.
Yeah, it's autobiographical in a lot of ways.
Brilliant. 1 and 3. One because of what everybody else has said about it. It's a really well written, tight little script. And it was shot with a shoestring budget. I mean, even the stuff when he's running down the street, that was done without any permission whatsoever. They just did it. When he runs up the stairs, that was the same thing. They weren't supposed to be there. He did it. So it was really well made, low budget, guerrilla filmmaking movie. It really was. The third one, I like the third one because the third one was so exaggerated and so over the top. There was no way that film wasn't entertaining. That film was so entertaining that I saw it 3 times in the cinema. That's how much I liked it. But then again, when you're a kid or when you're young, you like watching the fight. So you watch the stuff in between. You bear it until the fight comes, and you love it, and then all you want to see is the last fight at the end. So
I had weird feelings every time I saw the two of them in little crop tops splashing each other in the beach.
That was weird.
It confused me a little bit.
I do have a question for you guys. I forget about this part, and it just popped in my head. But Adrian's speech in the third one was pretty freaking good too. Her inspirational speech to Rocky.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Here you go, folks. In the chat, Mr. Brown Lines asked me, please ask Nikki, I think that's our Nikki Relahan, or chat to name some technically good boxing movies.
Oh, I got a couple I can name. So if you've ever seen the made for HBO movie Tyson,
I've seen
with
that.
Michael High White, that's very good.
Never seen it.
And points
Southpaw?
out a lot of the technical work that he did and why he dropped off in his career once he got lazy with his training. Raging Bull is
a good boxing film.
I mean, he ain't
has some
wrong.
pretty good fight scenes in it that are pretty accurate. Cinderella Man has some good fight choreography in it as well.
Oh, Big Daddy's here. Sorry.
Snatch.
What up, Big Daddy?
I like Raging Bull. I think Raging Bull's probably my favorite.
Yeah, but Raging
film
Bull
boxing.
exaggerated the fights in that. You got to admit, it's all very exaggerated.
There is some stylized bits. I mean, the boxing itself is pretty good. I think in that film, but they do stylize it. They make the rings smaller and smaller in each fight just to sort of get it more intense. But so it's not technically perfect.
This is for the Brits. Thinking man's joke. I like this. Sword in the Storm. Carl Weathers' favourite day was December 26th.
Boxing Day.
Yeah. Thinking man's joke, everybody. I like those. Smylexx, are you available, please?
What have I done? Wayland the Cephas for $1.99, not real money. Did you like Adrian's singing in Rocky 3?
God, no.
No, it was so bad.
Thank you, my friend. Why? Was it bad?
Why did they?
Did you not hear
why did they kill her off though? They killed her off in Rocky Balboa, didn't they? And they killed her off. I understand that.
Yeah, I question that a lot. But Stallone has been interviewed on it, and I've read quite a few articles on this. He said that he tried to put her in it. He even filmed scenes with Talia Shire, but it just didn't make sense. The story flowed a lot better in Rocky Balboa with her being gone. So, I didn't like the fact that she was gone, and Rocky Balboa is a very heartbreaking story for the most part. But like he said, it just flowed better. It just worked better without her.
Smylexx, how's the throat doing?
It's fine. It's fine.
Giggity.
He's doing this on purpose.
He's going to get you one piece at a time.
Nicky Ralahan for £2 Watch boxing, my dudes.
Tweaky.
It's the way he says Nicky Ralahan. It's just spot on.
Ralahan.
Practicing the car.
Okay, shall we move on with the slides a little bit? See what's
Are we
next?
moving on, or are we sidestepping?
I think we're sidestepping.
It's all sidestepping.
Carl Weathers.
Yeah, it's all
Carl
sidestepping.
Weathers stream.
Sorry, Ian.
I'm okay with blogging on Carl Weathers.
I think the clue's in the title of the stream.
Let's move on, shall we?
Sidestepping, everybody. I've forgotten what's next. Okay.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler reacts to tragic passing of his Happy Gilmore co-star Carl Weathers, a true great man, great dad, great actor, great athlete, so much fun to be around always, smart as hell, loyal as hell, funny as hell, loved his sons more than anything. What a guy. Everyone loved him. My wife and I had the best times with him every time we saw him. Love to his entire family, and Carl will always be known as a true legend.
Do you know what? I've got this theory about people dying in their sleep. People that die in their sleep are really generally good people. I reckon he was a good person. That's why he was gifted death in his sleep. So you think
that's the best way to go, so therefore it was
I think it is,
so to speak?
Yeah, I think it is, because my aunt died in her sleep, and she was wonderful. So unless I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
Unless you're an airline pilot, then maybe.
I'm not going to bed tonight.
You have nothing to worry about, Brown.
Weathers seriously messed up his back on this film. Christ.
Yeah.
Really?
He broke two vertebrae in a stunt. Never healed correctly. Wow.
In Happy Gilmore?
Yeah, he fell, and it was like 3 or 4 years he was in excruciating pain before he had his back surgically corrected. because the broken vertebra fused.
Wow.
That's the kind of thing that happened to Burt Reynolds, isn't it? And
Yes.
he ended up addicted
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
painkillers.
yeah.
Poor old Bert. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if he had the surgery done or not when he reprised the role in Little Nicky,
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh.
because I think that was like maybe 4 or 5 years after Happy Gilmore.
I would say that's about right. Yeah.
You go
I forgot he was in that.
in the chat, Hamlet's father died in his sleep. He was poisoned, though. I'm not going to read that.
But he
Well,
loved his
Ian, I
mum.
think your theory might be wrong.
Probably wrong. Yeah.
Loved animals, right?
I mean, I think that technically we all die in our sleep because we go unconscious as part of that process.
That is true too.
Some people die with their eyes open.
Hashtag.
And yet still unconscious because hypoxia is the actual cause of death.
What about when you get hit by a car?
Hypoxia is what kills you. It's a
Well,
lack of oxygen to
Well,
the
your eyes
brain.
were closed because you weren't looking at it.
Boom.
Not everybody's a flincher, Brown.
Some people don't have the
die in
opportunity.
Explosion. What about if you die in an explosion?
Yeah, that's true.
Lack
You
of
may fall asleep
lack
in
of
the
oxygen to the
explosion.
brain.
What about if you die on a live stream? I've done that a couple times.
Oh, there's been a lot of death on this live stream.
I was going to say, oh, bless you, Nikki Relihan. You were my favorite person today.
You're my least favorite person today.
Smylexx, you were available, please.
Sure, why not? I set this up a
Oh,
bit.
sorry, wrong one. Sorry,
No,
sorry,
sorry.
Waylon.
Ricky Willihan for £5.
Nicky Relihan for £5
Brilliant.
When Mr. Brown sidesteps, he lands in his bed, even at the shops.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on.
Damn it, Nicky.
Cheers, Nikki.
Here we go.
Nikki's so
What a
generous.
bloody legend. Shame
I'm
we
I'm
didn't
not,
get
I'm
more
not a
parts,
huge
though.
fan of Adam Sandler, but that is a very nice.
Is it a good film, this?
Happy
It's
Gilmore,
funny.
I would say,
It
is
is.
probably one of his better ones. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of his.
with
films.
Sandler.
It's hilarious, especially
Yeah.
the Bob Barker scene, man. Gets me every time.
That
don't-
was not nice and easy.
I don't mind Adam Sandler. I think Adam
do.
Sandler is generally funny. He's a
think
generally
so.
funny guy. Yeah.
Don't get him at all.
I liked his stuff from the
I think
90s,
If you're gonna
especially
watch any
like
of them,
Wedding
this would be the
Singer.
one. If you're going to watch any of them, Brown, this would be the one to go for.
Yeah, well, and also watch The Wedding
okay.
Singer, though. That
Yeah,
is like
that
super
one is
cute.
Wedding Singer.
The Wedding
Very
Singer, because he's toned down in The Wedding Singer. He's not
Yes.
full on Adam Sandler. He's more like a rom-com Adam Sandler, and it's quite.
Have you
Yes.
not seen him in Pixels?
Yes,
Pixels.
What was the other one? We're a serious one. Is it Punch Drunk Love?
Punch Drunk Love's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good in that, yeah. It's good. in
When
that.
was this made?
90s, end of the 90s, about 97, 98.
I thought so, yeah.
Yeah.
Chat, is it a good film? I've never seen it because Sandler just puts me off. There you
I
go,
don't know.
Atom Gray. I respect Atom.
We don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Like-
with Babs. The only two Sandler movies that I can tolerate are this and The Wedding Singer.
Because
here you
there
go,
are some
folks.
lines in here that he's given that you can tell are not typical Adam Sandler lines. Not all of them, but there are some
Oh,
in here.
okay.
I did like Mr. Deeds. I thought that was funny. Mr. Deeds.
Here you go. Fat Lobber. That American crap pisses me off, but Happy Gilmore had plenty of laughs.
Oh, Smylexx.
Smylexx, here we go.
I just thought-
Somebody's bitten off more than he can chew.
Common Pete.
I thought you, I'm just going to quote Adam. I thought you people were my friends.
You were mistaken.
Common people for £5. My throat hurts. 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 My throat hurts.
Dear, oh
Good
dear.
job. I counted just to make sure you didn't skip any. So
Very good. Earning your money tonight, Smylexx.
Give them what they paid for.
So you guys kind of thinking I should check this out?
I think
Yes.
you'd enjoy it.
I would say that this is probably the best one to go for. Yeah.
I would say watch it, but like seriously, for me, please watch The Wedding Singer. It is like uber 80s-ish, has all these really cool 80s tunes in it, and like, but yeah. So this plus that one, like 2 best Sandler films in my personal opinion.
I can't get past Sandler though.
I'm telling you, he's not like super.
I'm not a fan either, but yeah,
just
Happy Gilmore's
do
not
it.
bad at all.
Just,
I mean, the one thing about Wedding Singer is you have Billy Idol giving the greatest motivational speech ever. So
in The Wedding Singer,
yeah, yeah,
that
you got to go with
but
that.
don't spoil it for Brown. Not
Here you
supposed
go,
to know
folks. Waylon Basiphus for $2. Thank you, my friend. The Middle Eastern version is called Arab Sandler.
And this is how Brown gets canceled, folks.
Don't worry, I was cancelled long ago, folks. Don't worry. Yeah, I was cancelled long ago. Here you go.
Insert Anakin Skywalker quote here about sand.
Mr. Brown answers me. You might like The Waterboy. It's really funny. And
Oh my
Sandler
God.
is not so much in your face. Oh, okay.
He plays a special person, so to speak, in The Waterboy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I really did not like The Waterboy. Everyone that I knew liked that. I did not like The Waterboy.
it's like
It was over the top, Adam Sandler.
yeah, I want to say it's good for like a one-time thing, but like more than that, and like Kathy Bates, I don't know how they got her to be in that film, to be honest, but yeah, I don't know.
Here you go. Moloch. Cheers, Moloch. I'm with Mr. Brown. Sandler is boop.
He is for the
Overpaid.
most part. Yes.
He's
Overall,
overpaid.
I'd agree with that statement.
Yes. Didn't like him on Saturday Night Live. Didn't like a lot of the comedy stand-up stuff he
Really?
did. No.
I loved like Opera Man. I thought Opera Man on the Weekend Updates was really funny. Like he always cracked me up. And then there was Cajun Man, and my mom's family's Cajun, so that's why I thought that one was funny.
Yes.
I quite liked a song he did called "A Medium Pace," which is very rude, but
well, Piece of Shit Car. That's another one that he did.
Did anybody say what the premise of the film is?
what?
No, we don't want to
For
spoil it.
this? Why has he
it's
got that
about
big long arm?
He's got a
Okay,
wooden
so-
arm. He's got a wooden hand. Yeah.
Because it got eaten by an alligator.
By an
I
alligator.
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Water
and so-
Don't spoil it for him.
Well, but
I think
he's
that's in the
Well, I
asking-
believe Smylexx already mentioned the wooden hand above Carl's fireplace.
Well, Brown asked about the wooden arm, which is why the question was answered. But Brown, it's about like this amateur golfer that gets put in the big leagues to
Right.
win money to get out of a financial crisis. So I think you would enjoy it. Just watch the
Okay.
fucking movie, man.
Right.
Come on.
He's an outsider because he's not actually a golf player.
Yeah, he plays hockey.
He plays hockey, you know.
But he figures
so-
out that because of his hockey experience, he can drive really
Yes.
far. And so he
Yes.
goes out basically as a joke to do this, and then finds out he can start winning money in tournaments, and he needs to help his grandmother, I can't remember, help get her house back. Yeah, his grandma's house.
And Bob Barker is great in it.
Yes, the Bob Barker bits are hilarious.
Yes.
Okay, I think I might check it out then. I've been told by the boss I need to watch it, so
Yes.
It's good stuff.
I have
good.
spoken.
I have spoken. This is a side step. That's a very long arm.
It is quite a long arm.
Yeah. Yes.
You can tell he's holding it though, can't
Yeah,
you?
of
Just
course,
his
yeah, he's
fist
just
rolled
holding
up.
He's just
Rolled up,
holding on
holding
to the wooden
Yeah.
hand. Yeah.
Is it supposed to be convincing?
No.
No,
not in the slightest.
It's
No.
made of wood. Yeah, it's made of wood. He lost his hand to an alligator, and so he has a fake hand,
It
which
looks
gets
like,
destroyed over and over in the show.
Yeah.
It looks like he'd been
It's so
dragging
good.
his hands on the floor.
Yeah, he's
It's
got the
just
arms of the guy who falls out of the OCP tower block.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, very good. Dick Jones.
Dick Jones.
Okay, so I need to watch it then. Okay.
Dick Jones.
Yeah.
Action
Okay.
Action
Jackson.
Jackson.
Action
Yes.
Jackson.
Rest in-
Take a drink. Take a drink. Take a drink.
Rest in
Action
peace,
Jackson.
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 He gave us so many great memories, including
Is
Apollo
that
Creed.
Vanity? Whatever her name is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
I didn't
Ian?
think she was good in it. I really don't
Yeah.
think
How
she's
did
very
you
good in it.
pronounce that?
Action Jackson.
See, even I'm
Action
doing it now.
Jackson.
Drink.
Oi.
Action Jackson.
Jackson.
Chubbs. And Creef
Um,
Karga.
I don't agree with that.
He gave us so many great characters,
Reef
including
Park.
Apollo Creed, Action Jackson.
Jackson.
Jackson. That was and Reef.
Vanity was well hot back in the day.
Yes.
She was. She was.
Yes.
Charlie
Wasn't she
Green as
like
well.
in the Prince or under the Prince umbrella? I
Yeah.
thought
Yeah.
she was.
Yes.
Yeah, her
Did
and
she die?
Apollonia.
She
And,
did,
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, she did.
Oh,
She
yeah.
and Prince kind of had a little something going on for a little bit, if I remember right.
He had that with a lot of his
did,
female
yeah.
drummers. Yeah, Sheena
Yeah.
Easton, and then Vanity and Apollonia.
Yeah.
I don't think Sheena Easton was his drummer, was she?
Yeah, I believe.
No, she
No,
was.
she
was a
one of the
singer,
singers?
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
For
an
Eyes
English
Only.
or British singer, yeah.
But,
British singer. She's
Candy
British.
Dulfer, did he?
British.
Scottish. She's Scottish.
Make up your mind, Ian.
Scottish.
Scottish. She's a Sean Connery. Scottish.
So we're saying the movie while action. You even got me doing it now.
That's what you get for making fun of him.
Action. I'm not even convinced I'm saying it correctly
Jackson.
now. Jackson.
Aw.
Jackson.
It was a fun. It was a fun movie, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
It
was
really
fun.
was.
Do you know, I admit,
underrated movie, man.
I've only watched it twice, and one of those was tonight.
Yeah.
So I watched it today. It feels to me like a slightly bad Xerox copy of every other 80s action cop
Yeah.
movie.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what it was.
It's sort of, it doesn't do anything particularly original throughout the entire film, but it's all pretty solid. And the casting it's like a who's who of everybody you've ever seen in other action
Yeah.
movies. There's people from Predator, people from Die Hard, Argyle, the driver's in there for a split second
Yep.
from Die Hard. There's so many like blink and you'll miss them. All the
Really?
hoods that you've seen in other films playing baddies. You know,
Mm.
What year was this made then?
about
Can't
88,
remember.
I think.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
87.
It's just after Predator, so it's about 87, 88.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
it was
that
after
sounds about right.
Predator, and
It was-
it's
yeah.
still because they wanted to make a series of something, series of films, didn't they?
Yes.
Action Jackson was like a pre-existing intellectual property, wasn't it? Either books or comic or something.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was.
There you go, 88.
Yeah.
Oh, so this could have been his opportunity to make it big, but it just didn't happen by the sound of it.
Yeah. Yeah. It just didn't work out.
It's got all the right ingredients. I just don't think they're particularly well mixed together. I think it's just, it's got all the things you want. It's a little bit of Beverly Hills Cop. It's a little bit of Lethal Weapon. It's a little bit this. It's a little bit that. But it doesn't have a lot of personality on its own.
Oh, okay.
I don't think.
It looks great in a tux, though, doesn't he? There.
And he gets his top off about 20 times in the film as well. So plenty for the ladies in this movie.
Here you go, folks. Big
there was-
Daddy MRI. Sorry, mate.
Go
$20. I want to go $20 super sticker. Thank you, my friend. Does anybody know what the super sticker is? We can't see it. It just says
It's a little
I
pair.
saw it. Yeah, a little pair
Yeah, it
saying, "You
says
are
you are-
amazing."
$20.
It says you are amazing. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
So interestingly, Weathers was in a movie called Dangerous Passion. It was released in Germany as Action Jackson 2,
It
Wow.
was, yeah.
even though
Yeah.
it had nothing to do with the original.
Well, that's what they do, don't they? When they try to sell those things in other countries, they always try and do that, don't they? So
Yeah, but the interesting thing was Action Jackson like a big hit in Germany, and so they decided to.
it was
Somebody
it was a big hit on VHS or DVD at the time. So they tried to sell it around the world because yes, it made money in the box office, but it made more money on DVD and
distribution deals were very different, weren't they, for VHS and
oh, absolutely,
so they were often like raking it in for the VHS rental.
they were,
Yeah, but it's interesting that it's only one country that they released it as Action Jackson.
Germany were just starved of black cop movies.
They're gullible, apparently.
Maybe David Hasselhoff was on vacation or something
in Berlin, same time out on 1 hour.
Well, it's again, it's you know, maybe they tried to sell it as Action Jackson 2 to other countries and didn't accept it, and that was the only country that accepted it, you know. So you never know.
This is for the old bastards, Scottish Celts, old rental shops, good old days.
Yeah. Before Blockbuster, I think. Those shops were really cool. Individual ones.
Go talk to people, meet people.
Yep.
Collect it in your hand, the big VHS.
Get recommendations from an actual
pay the money.
Being.
Yeah.
See if there's any freebies going about, posters and stuff.
Well, and the art on the actual tapes were what drew you in a lot. When you went to the old shops.
True. I mean, it's probably the death of the movie poster is part. You know, when you get rid of physical media, to some degree, because you don't need to sell it twice, do you?
Here you go, Congo Kids Club. I used to rent Superman for 50p. Wow. Film.
Yeah. And the shops that I used to go to, they actually used to copy them, and just to make sure that they had enough copies to. So you used to get one, and it didn't used to have the Warner Brothers sign on it. It just used to have the sticker of the shop sign on it, so you know it's a copy. But you were glad to have it anyway to watch it, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. See what's next. Oh,
Dylan.
Here we go. So, from Arnie himself, Carl Weathers will always be a legend, an extraordinary athlete, a fantastic actor, and a great person. We couldn't have made Predator without him, and we certainly wouldn't have had such a wonderful time making it.
Oh, he says that now.
And
when
then,
they were making it, they were both in competition with each other, didn't they?
That's
Arnie used to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and pump iron.
They all
Everybody used to do it,
they all
because he did it,
A lot of ego on that movie.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And then same tweet, everybody. Every minute with him, on set and off, was pure joy. He was the type of friend who pushes you to be your best, just to keep up with him. But I'll miss him, and my thoughts are with his family.
That does sound on brand, doesn't it? Everyone seems to be saying the same sort of things about
it's all nonsense.
A man that's very driven, very motivated, and probably just very optimistic and sort of good to be around. I mean, he probably was the best actor in that film by quite a margin. I mean, not to say nobody puts in a bad performance, but he probably was the most seasoned and decent character actor out of the bunch.
Why would you go in the jungle and just wear a vest?
Because you got them guns, bro.
He's got one gun in his hand.
Well, I was talking about his arms. You know.
Here you go, folks. Pete Dencat. The last time that I spoke to somebody in the local Blockbusters, I got pepper sprayed.
Well, you know what you did, Pete.
Christ.
Which video store were you at? Because there are different types of video rentals back in the day.
America.
It does depend on what you said in the store as to whether or not you get pepper sprayed.
He told a woman she should smile more.
Yeah.
Jamalama, that's such a classic pick. It is.
Yes.
But you remember those days when Blockbuster actually came out, right? And they always had their releases on Friday. So they would send leaflets through your door telling you what was released. And then you found out that Predator was being released on Friday. You were there 9 o'clock in the morning just to get your copy. Now, I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys did that. I used to do that all the time. Get up
Oh,
really
well,
early.
I mean, I
Or
used to
you
have a
could-
video shop, so it was Monday for us. I don't know about
Oh, was
Blockbuster,
it?
but it was Monday. But yeah, we always had our regulars phoning us up on Mondays between 10 o'clock in the morning and 11. They were just all over it. They knew the schedule of what was coming out before I did. I believe you got this in this week. Yes, I do.
Yeah, it was
I used to
Fridays
go
here,
there.
and if they were
Yeah.
out, what you could do, if you remember, is reserve it. So the next
Yes,
copy to come
yes.
in was yours, and then they
Oh,
would
yeah,
call you,
absolutely.
Yeah.
and you could come and get it. Because my parents
Yeah.
used to do that. So
It
And
became
it's-
almost to me. I mean, just a very quick aside. There was a pensioner that used to come in all the time, and I used to end up taking his tapes to him because it terrified me watching him park his car. It was just awful to watch because he couldn't drive. He had this enormous Volvo, and every time he was squeezing it into this car park, I was like, no. So eventually, I knew what he wanted. It was basically anything with Shannon Tweed, Playmate of the Month, sort of erotic Red Shoe Diary crap. So,
You know, what was disappointing?
I've taken two of those, things.
What was
called Cannibal
what
Instinct.
was heartbreaking about Blockbuster is that when you ran into the store trying to get a film and then you saw the cover and there was no tape behind it, because they used to put the thing. So if the tape was available, they would have a tape behind the box, wouldn't they?
Right.
And there was no tape. You'd be heartbroken. You just stand and look at the box, thinking,
Did I read Blockbuster's coming back, or is the one
I don't think
Blockbuster
so.
store in the US, or did I
There's
just?
still one in the States,
There's
I think.
one.
But Netflix were talking about getting back into rentals for some weird reason. I've got no idea what they're planning, but they were talking about actually having physical spaces on the high street. I've got no idea where that's going, but we'll see, I suppose.
I don't know about you guys. I want physical media.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh,
Yeah.
But do you remember on Fridays we used to get popcorn, and sweets and stuff like that. We got hold of our movies, and then 7 o'clock comes around, everybody was excited, and then we put the film in, we'd be chomping on popcorn, watching the film in your own living room. It was fantastic.
It was a little bit of an
It
event,
was
wasn't it?
great.
It was a
or
little bit of an event.
Oh yeah.
or you'd order out pizza.
Yeah,
And- Yeah, like because my parents would get Domino's back in the day when they had that 30 minutes or less guarantee, and so we'd have pizza and a movie, and then microwave popcorn later. Real quick before I make Brown upset, I just wanted to give Big Daddy another shout out since he didn't hear the last one and he just gave me crap in the chat. So love you, Big Daddy.
Drew Gordon can rent buy from YouTube.
You
not-
can,
it's not the same though,
but the
is
thing
it?
is that you
Not
don't
the
own
same.
it, and if
Yep.
YouTube goes down,
Yeah,
you've
you
lost.
don't own it.
You've lost it. Yeah. So,
I think the other thing is that there was when there's a certain scarcity, oh my God, the newest hot thing came out and you were late to the video store, so you couldn't get whatever the newest release was. Well, you didn't go home empty-handed. So you started browsing around just looking for something that would be interesting. And I discovered so many good and bad, so bad they were good movies by having to settle for whatever I could find that would be entertaining on a Friday night, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
absolutely,
we weren't
yeah.
going to go home alone.
Yeah.
And that kind of discovery process just doesn't quite exist as much anymore. And certainly not in the case of where, if I'm on Amazon, of course, it's not like they're going to run out of bits to rent me the digital copy.
But you're right. It forced you to watch films that you'd never ever watch.
Right.
Like I remember we rented out the 3 Rocky films, and then we had to have a 4th film, and so we couldn't get Rocky 4. We got Heaven Can Wait with Warren Beatty.
Yeah.
And I remember discovering that film. I think that film's terrific. And when I watched it, I thought, wow, this is a great movie. So I would never watch it.
That's the thing that's missing from all the streaming services is that you're not getting anything recommended to you. Because it wasn't even a case of a lot of our regular customers would trust the staff, but you didn't even have to trust the staff if you thought that they were just trying to make
personal
it quick. Yeah, you talk to other customers, and they don't all get to know each other, and some of them would just sort of gravitate to certain people. You like the same crap as I do, so what should I get?
Here you go, folks. Drew Gordon, cathode ray tube, banned and scanned, 4:3 picture.
Oh,
Yeah, but that's what it
Lord.
was. That's what it was in those
Bliss.
days, though, wasn't it?
Bliss.
Yeah,
Heaven.
I remember my friend. So I was in Blockbuster and I couldn't get the film, and then someone said to me, "You should watch Zombie Flesh Eaters. It's brilliant."
Oh, what a great
and
film.
I
What a great
looked
film.
at it and I rented it, and it
What a
was a
great
good
film.
movie. Actually, it was
Fucking great film, that is.
really violent. But yeah,
That was
it's really
when
good.
zombie movies were good zombie
Yeah,
movies.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lots of
very
splatter.
scary.
Lots of splatter. A lot of very red.
The old
blood.
video
Go on.
nasties, just fantastic. Smylexx, are you available, please?
Sure. It's been 5 minutes, so why not?
Yeah.
Romeo, Romeo, Tango, November, Zulu for 5 New Zealand dollars. The weekly trip to the video rental store was a weekly ritual for my wife and I and everyone else in our neighborhood. Not all change is progress.
True. That is true. I mean,
Well said.
families used to look forward to being together and watching the communal
That's
thing with
right.
the family. It was awesome. Absolutely.
We
awesome.
Babysitting
used to
couples, people like that. The babysitter couple would always come in, and it was great when I was running it, a video shop, and seeing those people who used to be me, going. They were like 15 or 16 and were babysitting for somebody else and were coming in to get something to watch. It just takes you straight back. You think, oh, bless, they've got nowhere else to go on a Saturday night.
Ego folks, I've been burgled, which is never nice. My dad used to copy the DVDs on a cassette tape back in the
Yeah.
DVD VCR combo days.
Still got one.
Wow.
Remember that?
Still got
Yeah,
one.
we've got one. We've got one.
Yeah, upstairs. It still
Yeah, we've
still
got
works as well.
We used to have a video van that used to come around the estates
Yeah, we
every
did.
Video van.
Thursday. I think
Terrible
Thursday and Monday. So
We
you'd,
used to have a guy
Candy
named Ray. He used to come around his big suitcase and he had loads of VHS. I'm serious.
We had a Ray. We had a version of Ray. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Came
gosh,
round.
that's creepy.
Yeah, they pop over with a bag of tapes.
No, it's not, 'cause it
He
used to-
basically gave me
You an
the first-
A4 list, and they give you a list on A4, and you
Yeah.
choose what you wanted for next week, and they'd come around
So
with
here
it.
you go. Sword
he
in the
gave me
Storm.
ET,
He had one as
pirate
well. There you
version
go.
of ET. And the first
Yeah.
time I saw ET was a pirate version. Yeah.
Dr. Iceman. Brune is so fucking old. Video fan.
It's just
You're not
like,
wrong. You're
when
not
you
wrong,
think
mate.
of people in like these big vans, you think of these creepy people like, hey, little kid, you want some candy? It's just weird to me.
But yeah, it sounds like, well, I took my time off from my normal job of taking boudoir photography, and
Yeah.
instead I drive my video van around so you can do some private
But you
videos
know-
of your
Or maybe
own.
that's how
Do you
they
know what the
kidnap
best
Yes.
thing
people.
about these pirate videos was that we caught on really fast as kids. When you got a pirate video, you have to once you've seen the film, you speed past the credits, and it's always because they always record over it.
Right.
So 9 times out of 10, it would be a porno film.
Yeah, yeah.
You see the ending of the porno film.
Which is the best part anyway, so you might as well get to that anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. We got a little sidetrack there. Do we want to talk about this, or do we want to move on to the
Yes.
Predator
We
thing?
want to keep talking Carl Weathers, probably.
Yes.
Well, we haven't been for the last 10 minutes, but been talking video
I'd just
games.
like to
But
say,
there
I
you go.
thought that effect was really bad when he got his hand.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was
That
terrible.
did stand out, didn't it? With his hand burnt his back.
Yeah. It was
Well,
not-
that is the problem when you lift too much. It's hard to hide that
Yeah.
arm.
Yeah,
True.
Who owns Predator? I own it. It's
Yeah,
quite
I
a
do.
few
Yeah,
DVDs.
I got
so-
Predator.
Oh, yeah.
On Blu-ray, kicking around the
4K
house.
Blu-ray.
I
even
have it
got the
on
second one.
digital video, but
Oh.
not
Is
Blu-ray.
that version any good? Because it always the VHS or the DVD, the quality always looked a bit shonky. I don't know if it was how it was the film stock.
Well, the first one.
Yeah, Predator. It just looked. I don't know. It just.
Well, there's a couple of shots where they, and it's just part of the movie, like the when he goes off the mudslide and then is falling in slow motion, and it
Oh,
looks like it was
shit.
shot on like 16 millimeters
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty rough. Yeah.
because it was in the night. They're trying to get the most out of the
Yeah.
shot, wasn't there? So, yeah.
Well, and I don't think
it's a
they
few days
properly
late.
had a high-speed camera to do proper slow-mo, so I think they were.
Yeah, it's probably done in post or the slow-mo thing because they didn't obviously they didn't shoot it in slow-mo.
Here you go,
Yeah.
Joe Darkness. Have the Japanese version. Wow.
Mm.
Tom bought it on Amazon and it's shit quality. Yeah, I've got the DVD.
You can't
It's
see
not-
me.
just nothing special. Yeah, I think I paid about £3 for it, which I'm not moaning, but
You can't see me.
such a great movie, Predator. It's just such a great movie.
I saw that on RoboCop on the same day on VHS. It
Oh,
was,
Yes,
Oh,
so did
wow.
I.
it was
So
the
did I.
greatest weekend of my life.
Oh yes,
I
yes.
bet.
yeah, that year we had Predator, Lethal Weapon,
I love Lethal
RoboCop.
Weapon.
What?
Full Metal Jacket was out that year as well. That was another big one.
What a year to be alive.
87 was pretty solid.
87 was a hell of a year.
Mm.
What a
But
year.
the director was saying that the reason why they had that scene where they were shooting, there's like a minute of shooting, weren't they? Like everybody started shooting. They said because they were told to promote the guns.
Oh yeah.
It was an
Oh, right.
advertisement for the guns, and the same thing in his same director directed Die Hard, did the same
John
thing in Die
McTiernan.
Hard. Now, when they're shooting the glass, that was
Yeah.
advertisement for the actual weapons themselves, apparently. So there you go.
The minigun, you can fire that thing if you go to Vegas. There's
Yeah.
a gun range in Vegas that allows you to fire it. A friend of mine did it. It cost him about $1,000, and it effectively is
Christ.
about 3 seconds of excitement for $1,000, which is
Shit.
A lot of money.
Here you go,
Well, when
Bill.
shooting 3,000 rounds a minute, yeah, it gets expensive real quick.
Here you go, folks. Bill S. Preston Esquire. Anyone remember the TV series Tour of Duties?
Mhm.
Tour of Duty.
Yes, he was.
Weathers
Yes.
was in
Season one.
at
He was
last.
season one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man,
was
we
he a
used to
colonel?
love
Is that right?
Yeah, we used to love that.
My dad watched it, so
Yeah,
yes,
we
I
did as well.
remember
It's
it for sure.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I remember that and China Beach.
Why do we never get shows like that anymore?
Because we wish it.
Because you
Oh,
wish
okay.
it.
Yeah. Entertainment's gone bad these
Well,
days.
you'd have
I
to
don't
be
care.
competent, and that's a problem.
Mm.
He killed a pig. He did.
Hey, did you?
I got you. Bill
Got you,
Duke is
motherfucker.
great in that.
He is good
Shame.
director as well.
Yeah, and he's in Commando, right?
He was, yes. He had a big
Yeah,
fight in
he's-
the hotel
where
room.
I'm the
Barney.
Green Beret. I eat Green Berets for breakfast.
Yeah.
Sword in the Storm. I remember Tour of Duty. It used to be on after midnight in the UK.
It did, yeah.
He
that's
did.
right.
Yeah,
Just after Sledgehammer, and probably just before the Hitman and her.
Oh, Sledgehammer was terrific.
I think Thursdays was Sledgehammer and Tour of Duty. That was a great.
Yeah. And then it was Hitman and her on Friday night.
Yeah. Okay.
Then Get Stuffed. Remember that show, Get Stuffed?
Sadly, I do, yeah.
Okay, let's move on. So,
Dylan.
That's the
Dylan.
yeah,
that's
that,
the arm wrestling picture from earlier that I was talking about. That's definitely me on the right there.
Okay.
You stood in for Arnie.
Yeah, he wasn't feeling up to it.
how iconic is that?
That's incredible, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
it's incredibly funny, isn't it? Even when I went to see it in the cinema the first time, everybody laughed at that scene.
Yeah.
So
It's
meant
just
to be
like
funny.
massive
But it's-
amounts of testosterone on screen.
That's right.
You can't
Yeah, this
not
will
laugh.
actually
Yeah.
induce puberty in many
great.
young teenage boys. Yeah,
This
Indeed,
is
it did.
like- This is just like classic 80s macho-ness.
It
And,
is.
you know, that's
Oh.
what's missing from a lot of action films
Unabashed.
anymore. And that's
Yeah.
why I enjoy The Expendables, because they tried to bring it back. They weren't 100%
Yeah,
successful,
yeah.
but they brought that spirit into it. So I
Agreed,
love
yeah.
it.
Totally
But
agree.
you knew Apollo
Yes.
Creed was the villain from the very beginning shot when they were in the helicopter and he's just standing there near the table. You knew there was something up
yeah.
even
Yeah.
before he entered the room.
He's a
So
little bit shifty, isn't he?
yeah.
Well, I think the big clue might have been he's working for the CIA.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
was-
yeah. Do you remember that
go
scene?
to,
Seriously, do you remember that scene where Arnie's in a helicopter and a helicopter lands, right? And everybody's jumping out the helicopter. He's the last one to leave, and before he leaves, he lights up his cigarette where the
Yes.
sun is setting.
Yes.
He comes out.
Cigar.
Such a
it's
good
so
shot, though.
Yeah, it's really good. That film is so good. It's unbelievably good.
I think it's all shot in Mexico, isn't it? Puerto Vallarta, is it?
Puerto
Yeah.
Vallarta, yeah.
A friend of mine went on
Some
his
hell,
honeymoon there, and he basically he didn't tell his wife that was the reason he was going, but that was the reason he was going. He took a little detour to the jungle and had a little look at where they all shot the the scenes. Yeah, I don't think she was very impressed. They're not together anymore.
Oh, Lord.
Predator
Oh,
was
that's
wonderful.
unfair. Why aren't we allowed to make films like this anymore?
Because you wish
the
it.
blue
Well,
head.
first of all, you'd have to find men with these kinds of muscles, which is
I'm
already
right here,
problematic.
man.
What you'll get is Timothy Chalamet,
Shame
his little pipe cleaner arms.
Yeah.
the blue
We need
head.
beefcake. We need a beefcake comeback.
Beefcake.
Beefcake.
Well, what you don't realize is that they actually went out of the way to light this shot properly. I mean, look at the streams of light between that muscle there on Arnie and the muscle on on Carl's stuff.
Oh yeah,
it's not like they just literally shot it and said, "Right, let's move on to the next shot."
No, they
actually
knew
went out
this
the
was
way.
storyboarded. Somebody drew this up and was like, "This is
Yeah.
exactly how it needs to be."
Yeah.
Okay, I won't read Dr. Iceman's comment, but you can read it for yourself, folks.
I'm reading it now. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, East German swim team could definitely pull this off.
Here goes Sword in the Storm. Alan Richardson. Is it Richardson?
Richardson
Should be making these kind of movies. He's a
Reacher. Yes.
Yeah.
big unit.
Big fella, isn't he? He's a big fella.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Here you go. Average British nerd. Have you forgotten your Jedi training?
Yeah, no, tell me about it.
Ian, have you forgotten your Jedi training?
If it means the same Jedi as we were talking about, yes, I've completely forgotten it.
Yeah, he was in Running Man as well. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yes.
Disappointed with that one. Not one of his better ones.
What was the film where he said, "I'll be back, Bennett"? Oh no, that was Commando, wasn't
Commando.
it? Commando. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you guys were talking about Carl Weathers.
Oh no, we're talking about Arnie. Sorry.
I'm like, isn't this about Carl Weathers?
I like the Running Man. It's got some of the best one-liners in.
It has, yeah. It has.
Talk about a terrible adaptation of a Booker
Stephen
story.
King.
Yeah,
Right.
it was for Arnie, wasn't it?
Because the Stephen King story was pretty good.
You know,
Yes, it
Joshua
is.
Perry, Running Man was great. It was okay, but I think I was. Was it before Predator or after? Was it coming off the back of
After.
Predator?
Just after, yeah.
How could you compete with Predator? Though? It's like, phew.
Well, and it's also that both has Arnold and Jesse the Body Ventura. Are in both of those movies.
You go. Oh, sorry, chat moved up. Neil, Commando is a guilty pleasure. It's been a long time since I've seen this. Since seen that.
I saw that in the cinema a few years ago. It was
Nameless, no name. Let off some steam, Bennett.
Yes, but that's Arnie though. We're talking about Carl, aren't we?
That's right. Bogging on Arnold,
Okay.
folks.
Well, bog in, folks.
Yeah, screw you, Arnie.
Yeah, we're paying respects to Carl Weathers.
Yeah. To hell with your biceps.
Okay. Do you want to move on from this then? Yeah. See what's
Do it.
next.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. I always thought Jesse Ventura was dead.
No.
For some
No,
reason.
It's really old.
No,
He
he's
definitely looked
ancient.
like he's been dead for about 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
He does not look great.
The animatronics are working well.
Yeah.
We lost an icon. Carl Weathers was a phenomenal talent, a true professional and a dear friend. All my sympathies and love to his family. I loved working with him on Predator and then celebrating that film with him at various conventions in the ensuing years. Thank you, Carl.
Yeah, but they had a lot of fun. I've seen those kind of things happen at conventions where they get a lot of particularly the B-list actors back together again. You know, people like Ghostbusters and so on. I can imagine they had a lot of fun doing those together.
That's a very nasty habit you've got there.
This stuff will make you a sexual tyrannosaurus, just
There
like
you
me.
Some of the
on your
lines.
sore ass, Blaine.
Some of the lines in the
The echo.
helicopter would never ever get. Would not be allowed to be said now.
Agreed.
Probably not.
It's still funny though. Oh God, that is such a great film, Predator. I think I'm going to watch it this week, folks.
I think I might do the same. Yeah.
Everybody in the chat, I think we need to watch Predator this week. Homework.
Predator.
I
Predator
don't
is-
often issue homework. I think Predator's homework, this folks.
I think you
week.
used to more when we did more of the movie streaming stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
I think this week we'll make the exception. Homework, Predator.
Yeah.
Such a
Do
great
it.
movie. Do it. Such a great movie.
As a tribute to Carl Weathers, watch every Carl Weathers movie you can think of, chat. Do it.
Yeah.
I love the fact
Goddamn.
that Jesse the Body Ventura so he's wearing his boonie hat and he's chewing tobacco, and yet he's got an MTV T-shirt on.
Yeah.
It's definitely a bit of a mixed message coming from him.
Predator homework. Yes.
Do you remember when he tells what's his name? Bill
Rocky or
Duke
Max,
tells him to
somebody.
turn around, and he goes,
Yeah.
"Why?" And then he gets
Yeah.
his knife out. You think
Turn
he can stab
around.
him, but he
Turn
stabbed the
Yeah.
what's
Turn
it? Scorpion in
Yeah.
his back. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Turn around.
yeah.
Amazing.
Well, and then it's him and Bill Duke that go. Well, he goes after when Bill Duke
Yeah,
loses
yeah.
it, and then they meet up, and we can get him. I'll circle around and all that. We both got scores to settle.
The only thing that makes me laugh is that when he gets shot in the arm, Carl, it looks like a cartoon, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
slow
It's
motion,
hand
isn't it?
animated. Yeah, it's hand animated.
Yeah.
Well, also, Carl Weathers has the greatest death scream
Oh yeah.
of any of them. You know that. I mean, he just sounds like he's roaring.
When his
Yeah,
hand
that was pretty
falls
good.
and the hand's still pulling the trigger.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
The gun's still going.
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, the finger isn't
Yes.
on the trigger; it's just bouncing around, and
Bouncing
they're
around,
like, yeah.
Firing the thing. It's quite fun.
Well, would it not fire?
Well,
It
not
was
with the
firing.
finger off of it.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
correct.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
good. It's a good. That was a good scene.
Here you go. Iceman. Only seen. Sorry, Dr. Iceman. Only seen the original Predator. I'll keep it that way.
You're better
The
off.
second one was not
Yeah.
too bad, actually.
Yeah, Predator
It
2
wasn't
wasn't
too bad.
Yeah.
Predator 2 is worth it. It's fun.
Yeah,
I mean, it is a noticeable step down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But Predator sets that bar pretty high, so you
I would-
can take a few steps
I
down
would
and still
say
be a
that
good movie.
it's massively disappointing if you're watching it just after you've watched Predator.
Yes.
Give it a
If
day
you
or
were
two.
expecting it, if you were expecting to go in and see another version of Predator just after you've watched the first one in the cinema, then yeah.
And then
is
you
like,
get I'm too old for this shit, but somehow running around and jumping, on buildings and okay, all
a
right.
good Bill Paxton performance in it.
Yes,
He needed
Bill Paxton
another
is
wooden
great in
hand.
it.
Want some candy?
Yeah.
I remember in the cinema, that an old flea pit cinema where I lived, they had the double bill. They had first Predator and the second Predator playing.
Oh,
Yeah, and I went to see it, and yeah, it is a huge step down. When you see the first one, then you see the second one. It's been scaled down quite a lot.
After all these
yeah.
years, I think you can watch it now, and it's like, yeah, okay, it's not
Yeah.
great. It's quite entertaining, and compared to obviously what's coming out at the minute,
I remember when I saw the second one and the ending when Danny Glover goes into the ship,
Yeah.
and I remember the crowd just started screaming when they saw the alien
yeah.
at the back.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
When you see
they're-
the skull.
They were throwing popcorn at the
Xenomorph.
screen and everything. They were screaming, and yeah, man, those were the days when cinema was freaking awesome. And
When it was fun. Yeah.
when it was fun, yeah.
Yeah.
here you go, folks. Tom, Aliens v Predator is the biggest disappointment in the history of
Yes,
It was. What a drop of the ball.
The first one was
It's
okay.
fun, it's
The second one
fun.
was stupid, but like the first
Yeah.
one was decent. At least it was good for a home video watch. I'm glad I didn't spend the money to watch it at the movies, but it was a fun popcorn home movie.
Here you go, Sword and Stone. Predator 2 was loosely based on a comic, but in the book, the cop was Dutch's
Yeah.
brother.
Yep.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yep.
And we all
Nice.
needed
Top trivia.
a little boost for the war on drugs to see the Predator killing and fighting a bunch of drug lords. That was-
I mean, to be fair, the Scorpion and the Jamaican voodoo posse
Jamaican man.
leader, those are my favorite characters. I mean, the Scorpion, he's waiting. I mean, that guy with coke all over his face. Yes,
that's absolutely brilliant.
yes. And then
Big up, folks.
King Willie. Yeah.
Bender, the Predator used red instead of green screen for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
It was reverse green screen technology for the cloaking effects.
Yeah.
Mr. Brad, do you
I'm
remember
assuming-
do you remember where you first saw clips of Predator before it even got to the cinema?
Yes, film 2, whatever it was, 80, whatever it was, with Barry Norman.
I think it was
Probably.
Entertainment USA for me. I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
They
right.
did about
I-
5 minutes on that, and a few minutes about ILM.
honestly can't remember watching any clips. I think I just knew it was out because it was
You went
Arnold,
in dry.
and that was it. Bang! I want to go see it.
Entertainment USA always reminds me of Temple of Doom. It was the first time I saw the trailer for Temple of Doom.
Yeah, Temple of Doom
yeah.
and a little bit of Return of the Jedi. They were showing off the technology that they had for the space scenes.
Here you go, folks. Common people. I liked Predators 2010. It was all right.
That was bollocks. I'm sorry.
All right. That was the Robert Rodriguez.
Rubbish. Absolute nonsense. And the one, and you talk to me about the one with the Indian girl or whatever. That one was absolute rubbish as well.
Prey.
Am I saying Hail MC?
Yes, please, because I haven't seen him in the live chat forever.
MC.
Hail
hey
MC.
MC, good to see you. I'm sorry, I had to cut in for that because it's been a while since he'd made a
Do you know what, right, guys? Why didn't they make, when they decided to bring Predator back, right, recently, why didn't they get Arnie back? And him playing the same character at his age? He's the only one that knew what the Predator was. You know what I mean? He's advisor. Why didn't they do that?
Yeah. Bring it back like Alien. Yeah. Because we want it.
Because you wish it.
That's why we're not getting it.
Have you seen the fan made Predator short where it's during the Crusades?
No.
You should. It's on YouTube. It is really good. Yeah, it's basically knights having to deal with a predator.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's a good. And again, it's that kind of thing. I looked and I was like, yeah, it would be interesting to see the predator operating in different ages and each of them using like their cultural knowledge of certain things in their mythos to be able to understand it. Right.
Here you go, folks. I've not said this tonight. Anonymous bastard. I'd forgotten Prey was a thing. Screw you guys. Reminding me.
Screw you guys. I actually thought Prey was okay. It wasn't great. It was just okay. Yes, you have. We did a stream about it.
Prey. I've not seen it.
Yeah,
it was rubbish.
Did. We talked about it on a stream.
It was shit.
No, I've not seen it.
It was not shit. It was just okay, in my opinion.
Did anybody read Judge Dredd v Predator?
Yes, I did.
The Judge
I did
Dredd
too,
magazine.
I did. Good? Yeah, it was quite entertaining. I mean, they're always a little bit kind of how do you put it? They're kind of cheesy, because they shouldn't really be together. It's like Batman and Judge Dredd team up as well, and they are kind of cheesy, but they're always entertaining. It was pretty good. Good artwork as well. Good artwork in that one.
Tom has delivered the comments of the night.
Put a chicken at Make Her Pray.
Yeah, so I'm saying that
done,
one
Tom.
was absolute
Well done.
rubbish. I'm sorry. All the guys had to be killed, and it was just ridiculous. The whole thing was just ridiculous.
Okay, shall we move on then? See what's next?
Yes.
Go.
Look at those.
Look at that.
Look at that. Yeah,
We've got both
20
his
years
hands.
younger already with that extra injection of testosterone.
look at that.
Shane
Oh,
Black
yeah.
on the right, isn't it? Shane Black.
It is.
No, Shane
played-
Black is on the left behind.
Oh, of
Who
course.
played Billy?
glasses.
What was his name? Can you remember?
I can't remember his name.
Oh, he's in 48 Hours.
Called Billy. He was called Billy in 48 Hours.
Also
as
in
well.
Action
Yeah,
Sonny,
he
is it
was.
Sonny Landon?
Sonny Landon.
Yeah,
Sonny
the
Landon.
bad boy. The bad
Quite
boy.
tragic his life, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That
Old
sequence.
cranky gamer. Me and the boys during hunting season. Sonny Landon, yes.
Yeah.
Billy, you're gonna lose.
And Sonny was pretty stacked in that movie too. You could tell he was definitely lifting with everybody else. I don't think Bill Duke gave two shits about going out and lifting weights.
No,
he was like,
no.
I'll just be Bill Duke, thanks.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Dr. Iceman, look at that amount of male privilege in that one shot. There's a fucking lot of it, to be fair.
Well, when you look like that, you've earned your privilege.
There's some diversity going on.
Romeo Tango November Zulu. Everybody smile and say steroids.
Yeah.
Did Arnie take steroids?
Yeah.
Oh,
he was
yeah.
in that gear. Yeah, of course he was on the
Oh.
gear.
Okay. Did
Yeah.
not know that.
They were all on the gear.
Oh,
the
okay.
juice.
Apart
Yeah.
from Shane Black, I'm guessing.
No, yeah, Shane Black was not
He was
a
on
special
coke.
beefy man. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was on Pepsi. See what I did there?
Uh-huh.
YMCA. It's going to stay there. YMCA.
That's just not right.
We've got the Red Indian.
You
That's
can
right.
get a good meal, whatever. You can get some roids. You can hang out with all the boys.
You get old painless
Arnie
out the bag.
and Duke is the only people that are not wearing hats.
With a head like that, you wouldn't wear a hat.
No.
Yeah.
Common people in the chats. In fact, Smylexx, I think you should do this. It's got your...
Common people, the last stand of masculinity, 2030.
Okay, so it's a great shot, isn't it? It's just so many happy memories watching that film. I just fucking love Predator. It's such a great movie. Don't forget
Again,
chat, homework,
I would address
Predator.
you to the beginning sequence when the ship goes over the Earth
Yeah.
and it goes into thing, and then you got the helicopter shot and Arnie with his big cigar. So good.
Even
I
the
love
music's
when
fantastic.
when they're coming into the actual drop zone and they're playing Long Tall Sally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's great.
And then Bill Duke is singing it when he loses it and starts going after the Predator.
Gonna have me some fun. Gonna have me some fun.
I'm gonna have me some fun. I'm gonna have me some fun.
Douche.
Hey.
Okay,
Everybody loves him.
Giancarlo Esposito, Gus Fring.
Gus, yeah.
I will sorely miss my dear friend and brother Carl Weathers. You are truly one of the most wonderful human beings I have had the honor
And pleasure.
of spending time with. I am grateful for your influence and support of all things good in my life. This is how I will always remember you.
Look at that.
Two
Carl
really
still
good
looks
actors,
cut.
actually.
He still looks cut.
Because he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was still cut for like the longest time.
Yeah. I haven't met Carl, but I've met
Yeah, it's gonna say Carl Weathers is actually only 6'1". So Giancarlo Esposito is actually the one that's on the short
Gene,
side.
I've met him. He's a nice guy.
In the chat, they spell honor wrong.
They did,
Yeah,
didn't they?
clearly
I was thinking that.
Americans.
It's ridiculous.
Well, that's why the Americans spell it.
It's the American spelling.
Sword and Storm. Giancarlo is overrated.
No,
I
he's
don't
not.
agree. I don't
He's
agree.
not.
I think he's,
He's a
I think he's
great
coasting.
actor.
I think he's
okay.
coasting.
He's been a bit typecast, I think.
He has.
Yeah,
Right.
he's definitely coasting on the fact that he's now got a bit of success. But I mean, that guy worked hard. He's in Miami Vice about 6 times.
Yes.
Playing little parts. So he's been in the biz for a lot of years.
He's really good because he can take a line that's absolute rubbish and literally lift it. Yeah,
that voice. Such a great voice.
He is. He's a really good actor. Really good actor. I rate him highly.
Right,
Would you
okay. I
give him
think
one,
we've been
Ian?
told.
Sorry.
Would you give him one? Sorry.
There has been a distinct lack of ones being given out on this channel for some reason.
That's true.
Dr. Iceman in the chat. He's a very good actor. Stop with the overrated stuff. Yeah.
He is. He's terrific. He's a really good. Actually, as I said, I met him in real life. He's such a nice chap.
There you go.
Brought me a beer. Really nice guy.
Who bought you a beer?
Giancarlo Esposito.
Giancarlo.
Well, you've met him.
Yeah.
He just said that, Brown. Where have you been? Were you in the toilet?
I was multitasking and failing.
Oh man, shaking my head over here.
No.
Wow. Stream killer.
I do agree.
It does look-
I do agree. Sword and Stone. He has been playing the same guy for quite a while now. He
Oh,
just
it's good
play-
though.
I think so.
I
too.
mean, like I say, I mean, he's paid his dues. He's been in the business for 40
Yeah.
odd years. So if he's now getting a decent paycheck for coasting, you know, I don't take anything away from him for that. Yeah, sure, he's not exactly stretching his range, but you know, he's exactly what they're hiring him to do.
That's right.
You know, fair play to him.
Bigger folks.
He had the
Joe
best
Bartons.
death though, didn't he? In Breaking Bad,
Yeah, it was quite good.
Oh.
ultimate death, fantastic.
Stretching his
Terminator.
tie.
Like Terminator.
Yeah, great scene.
Oh no! I mean, Joe Darkness makes a good point. Does this mean Giancarlo's going to be the next one to die?
Oh,
I hope
God,
not.
no.
I mean, Star Wars. There's been a lot of great guys that did a lot of good work that to just suddenly
Ray
drop
Stevenson.
dead recently.
True.
There's Pedro. Could you take?
No, I said great stuff. I said great stuff.
Oh,
He does, for somebody in his 70s, he looks fucking great there.
Yeah.
There's got to be
Agreed.
an underlying condition.
Black
that's
crack.
Yeah, there's got to be an underlying medical condition or something. that's
Yeah, it's being
happened,
black.
but-
Well, it's being 76. That doesn't
70s.
help
Come on,
you.
Ian.
Yeah.
It's
could have
it's
been
the-
anything.
He played
the
professional
skin, it's the
sports
skin,
in his
mate.
early years, didn't he? I mean,
Yeah.
that can take its toll on the body.
Yes, it can.
Black don't crack.
Here you go, folks. Joe Dartners, please take Pedro. Jesus.
I wasn't going to say it, but
That would actually put Hollywood out of business worse than the writers' strike.
Yeah,
Considering
that's a
Pedro's in
fantastic-
everything.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four would be the not so Fantastic Three.
Yeah, exactly.
See what I did there? See, I was. There you go.
there is that too.
Enlarged heart, etc., etc. Yeah. Still a good innings though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he got to do stuff that people dream of. Yeah, it's just
Yeah, I'd say he got
incredible.
his money's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey, anything past 70, I think you're counting your blessings.
Yeah.
Here you go, folks. Anonymous bastard. Esposito is 65. Looks pretty good though.
Yeah.
Does.
Yeah. Yeah. Ben, it already is the Fantastic Three. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it depends who's playing Johnny Storm and Ben Grimm, doesn't it?
I don't think it really matters because Pedro
It's gonna be
Pascal
shit,
is
anyway.
not Mr. Fantastic to me.
It's true.
I do wish I looked that good. Yeah. I do. I need to go back to the gym. It's been a long time since I've been to the gym. I need to sort my life out. Moving on. Okay, should we move on now?
Sure.
Sure.
There he
Oh,
Star Wars.
I'm sorry, Carl. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
Shame
you
you're
know,
gonna be remembered for
yes,
this
the show is crap, but he's still pretty decent in every scene he's in.
It is.
So fair play to
I
him.
did not watch it.
Yeah, you know.
Nor did I. I only watched
I mean-
a couple episodes.
I didn't watch the third series apart from being here each week. So I certainly feel like I've seen every episode.
It's
in
a smart
detail.
move. A smart move. Smylexx.
I've been told I should hit the gym. I need to. Yeah, I need to.
That seriously, he looks good there, man.
He does.
Look, the only thing that's giving it away is his grey beard.
Yeah.
So he looks really good. In fact, if he looks good here, he may have looked good in the Apollo movie.
Yeah.
So maybe he's right. Maybe he could have played himself in a flashback.
First two seasons were passable of The Mandalorian,
Yeah.
and then it just went tits up, didn't it?
It's a pretty
Yeah,
dramatic
make
drop
them
of
look
quality in the third series. I mean,
And it's a
Marla would say
shame.
that all three of them aren't great, and the second series is crap too. But I mean, I'll give the second one a pass for being entertaining, even if it
Yeah.
isn't good writing. But
Yes.
3 was awful. 3 was really bad.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? They're making a movie as well, so there you go.
There's a difference between being hit and miss, kind of like the first couple seasons, where you do have some good stuff, and then the third season where it is just one absolute disaster after another.
Yeah.
I do think the one thing that even in the wretchedness that was the Mandalorian, the thing that kind of shone through, and this is true for almost all of his work, is there's a natural humor that he has.
Definitely,
right.
yeah.
That just he has that comedic timing, the little facial expressions that convey humor and acting that I remember that from Force 10 from Navarone. You even pick it up.
Yeah, he was in that, wasn't he?
In the Rocky movies. There's just
Yeah.
he's just a natural.
You get the
natural
feeling
humorous guy.
he doesn't take himself that seriously.
Right.
And
right.
also there's that natural charisma that some people just have, don't they? And
Yeah.
he just seems to have that in spades, really. He just kind of, he seemed warm, generally approachable.
Yeah.
And you see it in every film he's in.
Yeah.
And is going to be. This is his last role. Sad, isn't it?
Yeah, that is a shame.
Yeah,
Much like Ray Stevenson.
that's what I was gonna say. Last
Run,
role was
Giancarlo,
on-
run!
Make something, anything.
God.
I'm assuming that his character's not going to be in Mando season 4 if it happens.
Well, that would be just kind of an insult to his memory, especially if it's only been like half filmed or whatever, and they do the whole Princess Leia bullshit from, The Rise of Skywalker. That would be really a slap in the face to him, in my opinion.
They haven't filmed frame 1.
Okay, there we
They
go.
haven't even started production design yet, so it's no, he's not going to be in it. Why would they recast? No. Why would they recast it? I think they can do sort of tribute to him or something. There's no point in recasting it though. I mean, he was such a small part.
Is the movie going to happen?
I hope not.
I think it's got more chance than the Rey movie.
Yeah, I bet it still ends up going straight to Disney Plus though.
I think that's probably right. Yeah, I think that's probably true too.
Lots of Ray stuff on tomorrow, by the way.
Ray.
Yay.
Ray.
Oh boy, I am overcome with joy.
Yeah,
is Ruin back?
Something.
I
think something's come up tomorrow. I'm.
Yeah. Okay, I think we've got another slide. Shall we move on?
Mm-hmm.
Do it. Go for it.
Going.
Okay. And this was from the big man himself, Sylvester Stallone. Today is an incredible. Sorry again. Apologies. Today is an incredibly sad day for me. I'm so torn up. I can't even tell you. I'm just trying to hold it in because Carl Weathers was such an integral part of my life, my success, everything about it. I give him incredible credit and kudos. I never could have accomplished what we did with Rocky without him. He was absolutely brilliant. His voice, his size, his presence, his athletic ability, but most importantly, his heart, his soul. It's a terrible loss. He was magic. I was so fortunate to be a part of his life. Apollo, keep punching.
Oh, that's really nice.
Well, did all of you guys, I know I sent this to Brown, but did all of you guys see that little video short that Stallone made as a tribute to him? It was so sweet. It kind of brought some tears to my eyes today when I saw it.
I'll watch that for the stream.
It was brilliant.
It was so good.
Do you want to watch it, folks?
Yeah. If it doesn't get you in trouble, yeah.
No, I was fortunate to be part of his life. Apollo, keep punching.
Go on in, read it from the...
No.
Go on.
Just
read it like for Kipling. No, don't.
Go on. Earn your money. Go on.
Come on. Roll that beautiful brown footage.
Go on. I'm just going to remove the logo, folks. Bear with me. There we go.
What?
Okay. Here we go.
Are you going to play the video?
Yes.
It's an incredibly sad day for me. I mean, I'm so torn up, I can't even tell you. I'm just trying to hold it in because Carl Weathers was such an integral part of my life, my success, everything about it. I give him incredible credit and kudos because when he walked into that room and I saw him for the first time, I saw greatness, but I didn't realize how great. I never could have accomplished what we did with Rocky without him. He was absolutely brilliant. His voice, his size, his power, his athletic ability, but more importantly, his heart, his soul. It's a horrible loss. And I'm standing here in front of this painting because it was probably the last moment we were ever in the ring together, and I'll never forget it. He was magic. And I was so fortunate to be part of his life. So, Apollo, keep punching.
Oh,
yeah.
You could hear him kind of. You could hear him breaking up at the end. It's just so sweet. I'm like, and you could see like the emotionality in Stallone's face, and it was so kind. And he was trying to fight it, but I'm just like, So
Yeah, that came from the
love
heart.
it.
Definitely.
Yeah, I love it.
Wow.
Jamalama, dude, I'm tearing up. Yeah, I
I am
was
a
gonna
little
get
bit
Mr.
too.
N.
It's just, it's so, yeah.
Well said,
Well said, Stallone. Yes.
Absolutely, well said.
Well said.
He's been good with words as Stallone.
That
Yeah.
is truly beautiful. It is.
You know what? Stallone isn't always like the best at talking, and I know you make fun of him a lot, Ian, for a speech impediment, but you know it's from an injury or a
Faith
stroke.
impediment.
I can't remember, but he is a great writer, and people
No, he is a
forget
great
that's
writer.
how he
He's a great
started.
writer. He's done
He
with
was
love
great
all of
with
the
his words.
all of the rubbish that we give him and all of the terrible voices. It is with love. It really is. I think for most.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
I think he's a brilliant writer. I think Rocky
Yeah.
and the things he's done later and with small parts have been brilliant.
Yeah.
He did a film.
Yeah.
He did a film a couple of years ago that went straight to Netflix, where he's playing sort of like a superhero in hiding, and I can't remember.
Yeah.
What it's called.
Well,
Invincible
yeah, it
or
was
something. But you could tell that he'd written his own parts. You could tell that that's not how it came to him. He's written that to be more for him. And the tiny bits that he was in were great.
No, he was the star of the movie.
Yeah, but
is that on Prime? What was it called?
Yeah, it's on Prime.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it was called.
The Samaritan. That's
it. Yeah,
You go,
he was
Son
good
and
in that.
Storm. Stallone's dad was a massive bastard. Yeah, you go, Samaritan. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it was really good.
That's right.
I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
It's good. It's not really good. It passes the times.
Here you go, folks. Bender. Stallone is the opposite of Sandler. He is always going back to his old neighborhood and is accessible to the people from there. He is extremely generous with gifts for his friends. He's good people. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Manuel says Stallone has had facial paralysis since birth. Wow.
I can't remember the reason they said that he has that like kind of
used
sneer
the
look.
tongs.
But,
I think they use the tongs to.
I heard that too. Yeah,
I believe it's the forceps.
You go. Yes, agreed. Yep, Tulsa King was great. Can't wait for season 2. Yeah, come on, Sly, get it made.
Got arrested, didn't he?
He did.
Last episode, yeah.
He did. I hope we're going to see it again. Okay. I think that's it for the slides. So,
for Carl Weathers, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Carl Weathers.
I'll take it back.
He's found.
Here we go. There is one more slide, folks. Seems appropriate.
Ooh, let's see it.
Get up your
Look at
son.
that.
Look at that.
Living
Nice.
in America.
That's
Look at that,
right.
folks. Look at that.
Too
What do we
bad you
think to
would
that?
get like a copyright claim because I really want to hear James Brown singing in the background.
Living in America.
I feel good.
I feel good.
So great. And look at that. Look at how great a shape he was in. But he was
Jeez.
always in really good shape for the most part.
Yeah.
Like his whole acting career. I was really amazed with how well he kept himself up.
Him and Stallone looked incredible in Rocky 4.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
It's about as good as Stallone's looked as well in Rocky.
Yeah.
He's not as
Geek,
big
innit?
as he is in Rambo from the year before, but he looks he's about perfect in Rocky 4.
I think we all need to go to the gym. Look
Great
at this.
photography. In
Yeah,
in
this is
Rocky
just
IV.
upsetting me really.
Thank you
Just
for
looking at
inspiring
the
us, Carl Weathers, to all take better care of our bodies. We appreciate that. We needed that call out.
Everything. He's every muscle
Look at
has
that,
been
folks.
toned up.
Look at that.
Every
Look at
one of
that.
them. It's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy.
Just incredible. That is it. That is so many hours gone into making that physique, and obviously lots of steroids.
Well, I mean, hilariously, he was cut from the Raiders, and John Madden said the reason he cut him is that Carl Weathers was too sensitive.
Wow. Okay.
He just didn't hit hard enough as a linebacker.
Well, he hit Rocky hard enough.
He did. Well, it's easier to act that than to actually run in
yeah.
and hit somebody.
He hit Rocky that hard. He had to pay to get back in.
Yeah.
I'm here all week.
Uh-huh.
I killed
Waka
it, folks.
waka.
Sorry, waka waka.
You know what? You should make your avatar Fozzie Bear, since you do a lot of Fozzie Bearisms. That would be amazing. Can you please do that? And can we please do like a Muppets dedicated stream? That would be the bomb.
Waka waka.
For you,
That's
yes,
right.
not for me.
Why? You're
there
so
you go.
Fozzie Bear.
It's mainly like watching Waldorf and Statler every week, anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shut up, you. Not Brian. Welcome to Night on the Mr. Brown Alliance channel.
Well, in all fairness, Brian, it's pretty much every time that
come on, Brian,
we
you
have
would.
that night, so it's all good. You know, it's just mainly a sausage
And then
fest.
Brian, yeah. Then Brian corrects himself. Chanel.
Chanel.
Instead of
Chanel.
Chanel.
Capitals. In capitals, folks. That's a banning for you, Brian.
Yeah.
Capitals.
The Mr. Brown Alliance Chanel number 5. That'll be part of the members' benefits. You get cologne.
Living in America.
Like Tramp.
Yes.
No, it'd be Vagrants. Sword in
Bobo
the Storm
for men.
loved the Muppets. There you go.
So did I. I love the Muppets.
Like the old school, like not wrong voiced Muppets. Nowadays,
That's
they're
right.
the wrong voiced Muppets that sound just all kinds
Yeah.
of.
Jim
Yeah.
Henson Muppets.
Yeah.
Was Carl Weathers on the Muppet Show? Do we know?
Yes.
Yes, he
was.
was.
Was he?
Yeah.
I thought he was on one time
Fuck.
Pretty sure he
because
was
I
on
used to
one.
watch the reruns as a kid.
Wow.
Living in America.
And I believe he was on Saturday Night Live.
Hmm
Was he?
Anything else?
Yeah.
hmm
He was. Good man.
Yeah.
Good actor.
Yes.
Dependable.
Humanitarian.
Lots of good vibes coming off him from everybody that's had something to say about him. Yeah, very very good dude.
Well, and I don't think. I mean, the one thing that that you can look at any movie that he's in, and he's giving his effort, right? He's not mailing it in. Even if he's in a small part, he's doing those little mannerisms that kind of draw the eye. As all good actors do, right? That you're always doing something.
Yeah.
And he didn't just. I mean, there's so many actors you can see was like, yeah, he was great in that, but then there was these 3 movies where you could tell he was just there for the paycheck. I think Carl Weathers was there every time because he just loved acting and wanted to do it.
Yeah.
There you go, folks. And on that bombshell, I think that's it, folks.
Boom.
I think that's it.
On time as well.
In fact, I
Yeah,
noticed
look at that. Look at that. No, I'm just kidding.
I think for streaming and especially for the re-rub, 2 hours is the sweet
Optimal.
spot. Yeah,
Agreed.
yeah, 2 hours is the sweet spot, folks.
Yeah.
That's it, folks. Chat, you are wonderful. You know that anyway, but chat, you are absolutely fantastic tonight, peeps. Great interaction as always. Mightily generous on the super chats as well. Quite funny that Smylexx had to read them all out and I was getting paid for it. So
I think that's a big reason why they just kept it going for a while.
Yeah.
It's freaking hilarious. You guys
Smylexx, I'll
are
treat you to some
amazing.
popcorn when we
Thank
go
you,
to see
yeah.
Dune. Or is it June? I can't remember.
Thank you to chat, except Nikki, obviously. Thank you.
Nikki
And
Rella.
common people. Those are the 2 that were going
the
back and forth on the
chats.
super chats. Give them both credit. No.
Ooh.
I think that is it. In fact, I know it is. Chat, you're wonderful. We'll see you next time, chat. I will thank the guests. Stepped in at the last moments. Great as always. Professor Artoo.
Well, thank you, Mr. Brown. Always good to be here. Great to be on with everyone here in the panel. Good to see you. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Always
Great to have
good.
you on, mate. Emperor Goodwin.
Yes, always a pleasure, and certainly great to celebrate one of the actors that kind of defined my childhood, and then growing up watching movies. Carl Weathers, when you saw it, it was like,
Yeah.
well, the movie may be a bit sus, but he won't be.
Yeah. Just it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Smylexx, been a star tonight, mate. Well done.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to raise a glass to the man. Probably something very soothing for my throat, maybe some milk or something. But very much appreciated. Great to have the opportunity to talk about him. He will be missed. Thank you.
Reni L.
Yeah, thank you as always. I'm so glad and I'm honored to be a part of this tribute to Carl Weathers. I just want to thank all of you guys on the panel. Thank you, Brown, for being an awesome friend and a fun person to guest on. And
chat have been brilliant as well.
Yes, we love you bunches, you guys, or at least I do.
And last but by no means least, he's the wise elder of the channel, paid up member of the Suffrages Appreciation Society, the Mega Geek himself, Ian David Diaz.
No worries, guys. No worries. Not eating.
You got a super chat coming in under the wire there.
Yeah, Smylexx.
Bear with me then, folks. Bear with me.
This one you probably ought to read, Brownie.
I was just thinking that.
Which one is it?
I mean, I kind of feel like
coming in at the death, old cranky gamer for $20. Thank you all. Sorry again, I'm fucking this up, folks. Sorry. Thanks to all of you for getting me through a difficult part of my life. This is always refreshing and makes me laugh. At least it makes you laugh. I may join the review realm when Netflix screws up Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, they probably will.
They probably will. Mr. Cranky Gamer, I do. I echo the same feelings.
Oh dear. I will say thank you, my friend. Very generous.
And we're all thinking of you. We know what you were going through.
We've all been through shit, my friend. Okay. Shall we play the Sly one more time and then we'll take
go out on that?
Yeah.
Do it.
Buddy. Let me put some stills up then, folks. Bear with me. And then we will say good night. I'll just play the video and then we'll be out of it. Don't forget, we're back tomorrow.
Good night.
Where's the video? It's here. I'm boomering. Here we go.
It's an incredibly sad day for me. I mean, I'm so torn up, I can't even tell you. I'm just trying to hold it in because Carl Weathers was such an integral part of my life, my success, everything about it. I give him incredible credit and kudos because when he walked into that room and I saw him for the first time, I saw greatness, but I didn't realize how great. I never could have accomplished what we did with Rocky without him. He was absolutely brilliant. His voice, his size, his power, his athletic ability, but more importantly, his heart, his soul. It's a horrible loss. And I'm standing here in front of this painting because it was probably the last moment we were ever in the ring together, and I'll never forget it. He was magic. And I was so fortunate to be part of his life. So, Apollo, keep punching.